Wakey, wakey, shake it, make it, John. Look, if I'm up, so do you. You have to be up too. Like, everybody wake the fuck up. Look, I'm here, you're here. If you're not awake, well, drink some fucking caffeine because we got some heavy shit to talk about today. Yo, what's up, Demon? How are you, sweetheart? Hello, everybody. No, not just 5 more minutes. It's been 5 more minutes. It should have been 5 minutes ago. No, wake the fuck up. Raylan, thank you for the bits. There's no proof you're here, but... Am I a ghost? Oh, God, wait a second. Did I die and I don't know? Oh, God. I'm not even real, chat. I'm just a VTuber. I'm asleep then. Oh, my God. I gotta tell you guys, I literally had horrible insomnia last night. I did not sleep. Like, wait, no, please! Yeah, I didn't sleep like 1 fucking week. Like, I think maybe I got like 30 minutes of actual sleep last night. I'm literally balding because of it. Scuba Steve, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much, dude, for all of your support. All of you guys. Sincerely, thank you all so much. Oh, I'm in a 200-to-1 streak. That's almost a year. Oh my God. Go outside, bro. Go outside, dude. What's up, everybody? How are you? It's great to see you all. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. And welcome to the stream. Holy shit, guys. We have a lot to talk about this morning. Quite a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about the whole Minifigs thing going down right now. And it is a lot. However, I will give you this very nice celebration since y'all were so amazing. Thank you all so much for all of your support.
Of Billy Mays, Matthew Lillard, and to review.
Oh wait, there's more.
More.
That's exactly how I feel. Because this whole bricks and minifigs thing has been absolutely fucking insane, chat. I've covered a lot of news in my time. I've seen a lot of craziness, but this stuff is absolutely nuts. We got even more, guys, even more to talk about. We're also going to talk about, we kind of mentioned it last night. I wasn't really sure about it, so I spent all morning looking into it. We're going to be talking about the whole God of War debacle, the controversy and drama around that. You know, I'm kind of on the fence about some stuff with it. I'm like, I think I kind of get where people are coming from on it, but also I'm like, is it really that big of a problem? Like, are people losing their minds that much about it? So, I don't know. We'll take a look at it. I've been good to the bricks and minifig stuff as if I'll die without it. I've been on top of it too. Now that I watched the stuff on, when was it? Wednesday? Dude, I've been all over that shit. Like, I've been so heavily invested in it. It's kind of crazy. Get fired, Blue. I saw Stream Elements got fired yesterday. I had so much fun last night, though. Thank you for everybody that came by. Such a great time with Gordy and Nick, though. They were awesome. Also, I'm still...
What is going on?
I'm still wondering why the game glitched on the fire giant. That was kind of crazy, chat. Yeah, that was kind of nuts. But, hey, we take the W's, you know? Like, I understand the God of War thing a little bit more between the devs just wanting the creators in the series and some noticing some of the same habits that are going on. Are you talking about, like, them replacing, like, normal, like, male leads to, like, female leads? Or are you just talking about, like, with, like, Sony in general? Only issue I have with the new God of War stuff is it seems to be a bit, superfluous. I also have a suspicion. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely talk about it because I'm super interested to hear your thoughts. It's genuinely insane. That's because how messy it is, not just how to blame corruption. Also, how fast it's been developing in such a short time. Oh, you're talking about the Legos, yeah. Sorry, I'm like balancing the conversation about Legos and also the fucking God of War stuff. I mean, like, for me, the whole God of War thing is like, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. I do see, like, some genuine complaint about certain other things, but also at the same time, I think one of the main complaints is just kind of, like, irrelevant, you know? So, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Of course, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you know, how dare they put a woman in my man game? Oh God. Like, but isn't it just a side game about a character that was already in the series that was, like, important to the whole lore of everything? Like, I don't I don't get it. I don't get it. So that part I don't understand. Now, you want to criticize the game because it feels less like God of War or something. Like, I mean, sure, whatever, right? I don't have too much to say about that because I don't play God of War, but if you want to criticize it because of that, whatever, right? More people do so when they use men as models. They keep it the same when they use the women. They tend to alter their appearance, which I mean is weird. But okay, I remember they did it with the Star Wars Outlaws main character. The actors got upset. Then they were forced to take down the complaint. Right. I feel like when I looked at it, I have two thoughts about this. So, whenever you put somebody into a game, right? Like anybody, right? But in this case, we'll say women specifically. I think that there's like a reasonable expectation that it's not gonna look perfect, right? But like, will I say that it looks like her? Absolutely not. Do I think it looks bad? I don't want to say bad is the right word. I think that it's serviceable. I think that it's okay, but I think it's great. No, it's just kind of what I would expect, right? Could they make it look better? Absolutely. Could they make it look better? And should they make it look better? Well, of course, right? But I think there is some reasonable expectation that sometimes when it transfers over to a game, it's just not going to look as good, right? So that's kind of how I feel about it. But I mean, is it okay to criticize because of that? Sure, absolutely. You could also have a fucking banana while you're at it, you know? Banana. I actually had, you'd be proud of me, I had oatmeal with a banana on top this morning. Yeah, I actually put banana on my oatmeal today. Like a pet would be better 100%. Oh, what do you mean, sweetheart? Are you talking about like put into a game? Are you talking about a cube? Oh, hell, the banana. Look, I'm just saying. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this, dude? What? Why is Big Yoshi on my screen? Yoshi, what are you doing?
Let's go.
Why is Big Yoshi dropping from the sky on my stream? Like, what the fuck? Big Yoshi, leave me alone, dude. Okay, I kinda like this dance party. It's pretty good. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Or maybe I missed it. Yeah, maybe I missed that one before, yeah.
What do
that one was
you,
cool.
the viewers, think it is?
Oh my god, speaking of, Digital Circus had its premiere yesterday. Did any of y'all go see that? I heard it was, well, I heard it's very divisive. Some people really like it, other people love it. You know, again, I gotta kind of like check everything out with it, but I don't know. Some people really fucking hate it.
The problem isn't always the gender and race. The problem is that sometimes they just change the gender and skin color and call it a day.
But what do you mean by that? You're gonna have to add to that a little bit more. It was really good, nice. I saw a lot of people like complaining about it, but I heard the ending's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything because I'm not gonna say anything. But, yeah, my one boob is like, you probably wouldn't know this, but for my girlies out there, you ever accidentally like smack your own boob? You know, like, yeah. Walk! No, walk! No, you promised! No! Walk! Are you serious, dude? I'm losing my head! Walk, dude! No! Walk! Why? No! No! You promised me! You promised it! You promised it! Oh my god. Okay, yeah, technically you did promise me, but I fuck. Thank you so much, dude, for the 100 gifted subbies. Raise the timer, chat. Wow, what the fuck. Guys, please give Walk a huge W inside of chat, please. We absolutely need to celebrate him. Thank you for the 100 gifted subs. Dude, I don't know why the fuck, chat. But people have like a 35% off discount today. And I don't know why, dude. I don't know why. Shadow Dragon, thank you for the 5 gifted as well. Dude, I don't fucking understand why the people have a 35% off discount today. Like, yeah, I know it's not everybody, but like, why do people have that to fucking begin with? Thank you so much, Walk. And of course, thank you, Shadow, as well. Guys, please take a moment to celebrate both of them. Absolutely nuts. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Walter strikes again. Oh my god, I saw that, dude. I saw that. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. At this point, guys, it's yeah, I don't have words. I have no words, dude. What do you want me to say at this point? You know, like, wow, thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Walk, so much, dude. With 100 gifted subs, I'm gonna freeze my bottle a sec. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Falter is back again. He is striking more stuff. The BT blacklist is like, we're not doing anymore. Reporting on this guy because he just keeps, you know, DMCA taking down stuff. I didn't even realize he actually took down one of my videos. I didn't realize that till today. Try going up and I see Walk touch. I know the fucking Walk dance. What? Oh, okay, that's fine. Let's just, let's sit down and watch a Disney movie today, chat. Here you go. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, Falter does go by she/her. My bad. I love that one. I love that one. Yeah, I forgot that Falter goes by she/her. I'm so sorry. It's hard for me to like ingrain that in my brain because when I went up against Falter for so long and like court and stuff, it's built into my brain, so I have to relearn.
And abilities, and only change the gender and or skin color. For example, Rey Skywalker in Star Wars is just gender bend Luke Skywalker or Captain America, Brave New World. Where then changed Captain America's skin color.
Okay, so I'm not very a big Star Wars person, so I can't speak to that. But Arctic, I'm actually going to give you a lot of pushback about the stuff like Captain America, right? If you don't know, Falcon has actually been Captain America for an extremely long time inside of the comics. Not only, if you maybe probably did not watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they actually do a fantastic job in explaining the difficulties that he has being African American and being Captain America as well. Completely different characters, dude. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, that's a horrible example. Now, with Luke Skywalker and Rey, I don't really know, but yeah, I'm really gonna give you pushback on that. I'm gonna give you hard pushback on that, actually. Yeah, Falcon's such a good character, too. But I feel like just being like, oh, they just changed the gender or skin color. That is a horrible example when it comes to Captain America. Yeah, Falcon took over for Cap in the comics too anyway, so there's so many better examples, but it's a lot of nitpicking sometimes, sure. I mean, we'll definitely talk about it. Do I think that they're like, what, this character that's the new girl for Kratos? No, like, she's clearly like already been established in the lore, right? Yeah, I don't even know if about Rey, so I'm not gonna speak on that one, but I would definitely say she was already established in the lore as what, Kratos' wife, so it's not like they're just like swapping him for a different gender or race or anything like that. Like, she's Kratos' wife, she's established in the lore. It's just a side game, you know, spin-off game. They also beat Thor in a fight, that's sick. So she's a badass, I love that. I mean, she looks badass. She's already in the story of God of War games, his wife. Gotcha. I'm sorry, I'm never even well versed on God of War. You guys know I've never played the game, so I was thinking about doing a God of War like marathon or something like that. I'm on the way to see how the new God of War is. Honestly, I think it might be interesting. Right, I think it's like a cool idea, right? But I do understand some of the arguments. Like I said, I'm a little on the fence about certain ones. Other ones, I'm like, yeah, that's fucking stupid. But then there's other ones where it's like, yeah, okay, I can kind of see where people are coming from. They did book in some interviews that they wanted her to replace Kratos. which also kind of upset me. Yes, 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 yes. I must God of War is the boy in it. I need to like do a marathon. Like I was told the games are not very long, the old school ones. So I'd say some theorizing that the sword she grabbed is Excalibur would be neat if that were true. The mother of Loki means she's frustrated. Ah, gotcha. Okay, well, y'all know the lore. I'm just gonna talk about the issues. I'm not really super interested in the lore, to be honest, until I play the game. So, but I got you. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at all of it because y'all are the fans, right? So I'm very interested to hear your thought processes behind everything and what your interests are, and if you think that they're reading the game or not. Apart from being exclusive to PS5, since PlayStation 1 not give to PC anymore, I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm not going to buy a PS5, so, fuck that. By the way, guys, thank you so much again for the hype train. I really do appreciate all of you. I think we're probably at a level 10 now, but if we do finish a level 10 hype train, guys, you do get an hour added to the timer. So, hype trains, I think it's an hour for 10 and 2 hours for 20. You don't want to spend $1,000 on a rather poorly designed console? No, I don't. We did get to level 12. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Oh my god, Yomi Quinley. Okay, Yomi, I thought you were already VIP. Are you just flexing? Like, are you just flexing, Yomi?
My big issue with the new GOW
right?
is that they promised 20
no, you are
minutes
VIP. Oh my god.
And
you could have just asked me and I would have given it to you.
With other 16 being cutscenes.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. That's fair, right? That's absolutely fair. Yomi's flexing out here. Yomi, thank you for the fucking VIP redeem. That is crazy. Thank you so much. I try to give my friends VIP, and then I forget about it. I legitimately just don't feel weird about it. I forget about it. Yeah, Yumi's like, oh, Chad, look at this. I lurk in a live stream more than y'all. Get flexed on, fucking nerds. Let's take a moment to celebrate Yomi with the huge amount of VIP points, guys. 200,000 points to redeem that VIP. Thank you so much, Yomi. We're gonna celebrate you. I love the new God of War 20-minute gameplay. You mean cutscene? I saw people complaining about that much. I would actually complain about that. Like, if they were like, oh yeah, here's Dustbloods, and we're gonna show you 20 minutes of gameplay. And then all they showed me was like 19 minutes of cutscenes and 1 minute gameplay, I would actually be pissed. Oh, I feel you guys on that, for my God of War fans that are out there. Well, thank you for being here, Yummy. We appreciate you. I think you're always lurking and being here. I know my mornings are, very, very educational. I'll keep you in the loop on everything, and that's always my goal. I was cool to see Bagsy in the trailer. I have no idea who the fuck that is. Are you talking about the Cube? Are you talking about the Cube guy? Like, I like the Wolverine Lyre. It looks pretty good. I won't play it, but it looks pretty cool. I'm very picky when it comes to my games, guys. You know that. I'm like super duper picky. Yeah, the gameplay showcase was technically mostly cutscenes. A low gameplay. Yeah, kind of look like old school, God of War. Like I kind of like the hack and slash. Like it looked kind of fun. I'd be down for that. Wasn't this once announced a year ago, and they heard literally nothing else? Yep. All we know is it's coming sometime this year. Although we did actually get the Tarnished Edition release date on August 28th. So that is awesome. I think we'll do a Sonic the Hedgehog build. I don't know yet. There's 2 starting classes, so I kind of want to try them out. Elden Ring. Look, I just into my comfort game, okay? But I found so many fun mods to do with that. We are actually, chat. I haven't looked at my monthly schedule. We're actually going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 2 soon.
Understand your
Right.
There just hasn't been too much originality in Hollywood these days. That's
entirely
we had
true.
more original characters like Raimu from Tupu and Kim Possible.
Sure. Dude, if they announce a DS2 remake, I would fucking lose my mind. Not for the sense that I wouldn't play, but for the sense that they chose DS2 out of all the other fucking games to remake. I mean, Nintendo kind of just announces stuff, shuts up and it goes here. By the way, here it comes out. That's true. Got very indicative of Nintendo lately. But we did get Tarnished Edition. I'm happy about that. We'll probably get Dust Floods for like Christmas. So I'll be happy with my Tarnished Edition until then. Yeah, we're gonna do a playthrough. We'll try what the new class is. All the other stuff. I think I moved to Nightmare Seed to next month. Just because I need a lot of I had a lot of collabs coming up. So like next week I have a Night Rain collab with a bunch of people, and then the week after that, Vampy and I are hanging out. So I was like, I need if I'm gonna do the Nightmare Seed, I need a lot of weeks in a row because it's very difficult, and I really need to lock in on that one. Like I really need to make sure that that's all that I'm doing for a while, because it's very, very difficult, guys. Like I mean, it's considered the hardest Elden Ring mod ever created. I mean, like it's even to like Gino died like almost 300 times. Like, you know, and that's nuts. If you don't know Gino, he's like, he does all those hitless Elden Ring runs. Like, he's like the man when it comes to Elden Ring. Oh, yeah. Well, here's my thing, Theo. I know that they're ending Destiny 2, but, like, isn't Destiny 2 kind of, like, gear-wise at the end of its lifespan? Yes, we're also going to be playing, of course, more Elden Ring co-op because we have to finish the newbie run. So, yes, we're going to be doing that tomorrow as well, which I'm very excited for. Here's all the cuties we're playing with tomorrow. I got to try to figure out how we're going to get them through the rest of the game, though, because, like, legitimately, I'm like, okay, so we were kind of struggling with Fire Giant. I don't know if I might help them out a little bit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I mean, Bungie's kind of sucked for the last few years, so I don't know why people want Destiny 3 that soon. Did we do Renala, guys? I don't remember if we did. Well, you know what's funny, Walk, is like, we upgraded their stuff. Oh, trust me, there'll be plenty of that. Yeah, there'll be plenty of that. Were we still on a 5.6? Because I thought we upgraded to a 7.8. If not, that's probably a large reason. I mean, you would upgrade it for 5 drive because it 4. I know we got the 5, though. I thought we were at a 5. I'll check with them, so we can make sure we got everything we need to get them up. Because we went through everything to at least get a 7.8. To 6.7. Okay, we should. Oh, no, we can't. We can't because it's at the, it's at the, past the Godskin Duo. That's why. So we are max upgraded where we can be. Unless we ran around and picked up other ones. I mean, we could. Also 6.7. Fuck. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I think that, I think I'm gonna have them do some, like, optional, like, bigger side bosses. Fuck, we also picked up a 5 as well. So we're actually past that. And then we got the 6 and the 7 from the bell bearing, but we might have not upgraded for that. I have to double check with them. I just don't remember. But I know we did at least a 5. I know we did at least a 5. Because I remember running to Caleb with them to pick it up. But we'll figure it out. I know what they need. Probably they just need levels. So I think we'll go fight some other side bosses that are really interesting. So that way they can get more of the game, and then we'll go back and kill fucking Fire Giant. But yeah, they just weren't really like proccing bleed well, so I think that's why they were struggling so hard. Yeah, they just were really getting the bleed. I might throw some pots on my build just to be like, I won't really do damage, but I'll do like status or something like that. Yeah, exactly, Walk. I guess we'll just double check. We'll double check because the bell bearing that we need is in the snowfield, and then after that we can get them to max. You can sleep Pot Giant. Yeah, no, I was thinking more like poison or rot, maybe like something that doesn't like damage him technically, but it just applies status as long as I don't like hit him with the pots. So I might do that. We'll see. I don't know how hard they're gonna struggle or not. I love to play co-op Elden Ring again. Try something new for myself. I'm too claw-filled. I mean, Yomi, anytime you want to play, let me know. We can gladly get together a crew and run it. Like, I got you. Yeah, I've been doing some kind of fun builds. I did a SpongeBob build yesterday. By the way, chat, did you like my SpongeBob? Did you guys like? Yeah, DM me, Yummy. Did you guys like my SpongeBob? That was a funny ass build, wasn't it? That was fucking hilarious, actually. That might be the best build ever. Not like the fire giant as a wall. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Once you proc it once, it's just Yeah, I literally did a SpongeBob build. It was crazy. Although the damage fell off in the later part of the game. The bubble spells kind of suck. Yeah, I was SpongeBob. I made my character look like SpongeBob, and I could only use bubble spells. The ones that shoot like the big bubble or the little one. By the way, the bubble spells are fucking diabolically awful. I hated using them. They were so slow. And then later, we kind of got stonewalled. And then chat reminded me I could use King Triton's Triton, so I used that. Just make sure you don't play like you did in DS1. Wait, Yomi, did you do a co-op in DS1? That sounds fun. That's next on my list. DS1 co-op. That'd be fun. I did DS3 with Vampy. That was awesome. Give a spatula sword. Okay, so Skull, I did find something that looked like a spatula. I was gonna pull it out, but we didn't get stonewalled anymore, so I was like, all right, let's keep going. Sponge boy me, Bob. You gotta get the Elden seed from the Elden tree for our Krabby Patties. I played DS1, but every time I died, I had to spin a workout wheel. Oh my god, Yummy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, at least it wasn't DS2. Honestly, playing through DS2 again reminded me how fucking bullshit that game is. It's not even fair. It's just like, we're in the bullshit go hit you. Fucking hate that. SpongeBob also had electricity because we can. Oh, I could have used that too, Walk. Damn, I feel like there was a lot of options. I just kind of forgot about it. Otherwise, we first tried Malekith, didn't we? That was actually really nice. Just to get something that looked like SpongeBob's karate gear. You know, I was gonna use the punching stuff, but then Nick reminded me he used a giant club in the Pinhead episode. So I went with the giant club for a bit. Yeah, we literally got to Elden Beast and we lost and we ran out of time. Yeah, Yumi, anytime you want to play, Outer Ring co-op, I got you. So I always like doing fun little builds I've never tried before. Also, Larry, you're welcome for being nice and not making you cry. Well, thank you, Wog. Thank you so much. Gifting 100 subs totally doesn't want to make me cry. Says the one who wore a shot collar for Elden Ring crowd control. That was crazy. Definitely the hardest run I think I've ever done. With shield only. By the way, I kind of like shields now. Yeah, I kind of like shields. I mean, Tubesy wanted me to do worse. How would you do worse than that? Like, how would you do worse than that? What do you mean? Like, all right, guys, let's get into it. You know what to type in the chat. And let's talk a little bit of VTuber news, guys. There is a lot to talk about. But, like, normally I don't really care for shields that much, but, whatever. 1,000 is only $3,890. Walk. Bruh. Like, bruh. If you were gonna do that, no, actually, that... Even with the discount, I don't think that would add the most time. Like, if you were gonna drop that much money, like, I don't even think that would add the most time. By the way, chat, look, amazing chests ahead. Take a look. Somebody reminded me of this earlier, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a meme with that. Like, I'm gonna make a meme with that. Let me anytime just be making you cry. You could do both at the same time, Walk. You can do both, you know? Those chests are all mimics. How did you know? Stop outing me, dude. Stop outing me. So, by the way, could y'all hear that okay, chat? This music? Making sure my browser source works. So today, chat, we're going to talk a little bit about movie news, anime news. We're also going to be talking gaming news, and then, of course, content creator news. I do want to start with a little bit of movie and anime stuff as we work our way into gaming. Then, of course, we're going to talk about the bricks and minifigs stuff, all kinds of things to talk about. So first up, chat, The Weeknd actually ended up presenting the Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Let's take a look at what won.
There's an unspoken understanding between us and these phenomenal nominees for Anime of the Year. It's like a creative contract.
Yeah, they
Creators
deleted
trust
it,
us
Daniel.
To
It
step into their
sucks.
artistic, fantastical worlds, to accept all the rules and go along for the wild ride. And in return, we trust them to make it all worth it, to take us places beyond our wildest imaginations. That special relationship is what makes anime so important to fans around the world. Here are the nominees for Anime of the Year. And the Anime Award goes to My Hero Academia final season.
Yeah, baby! My Hero Academia! I'm sorry, guys. You know I'm a My Hero fangirl. I was like, yes! So My Hero, of course, final season 1. Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So, dude, I'm not even fucking surprised. This last season was such peak. Such peak. So, congrats for the whole My Hero Academia team, all the VAs, everybody else involved. I mean, that whole thing was just incredible. Which is also kind of crazy, too, is the weekend I actually went to dinner with Yoko Taro and Miyazaki. Yes, the creator of Nier and both some of your favorite From subtitles. He's just chilling with them. I'm like, I would pay anything to be in the room with both of them at the same time, dude. You're so fucking lucky. Like, heard when he was at the award show, like a quick hi bye with him there. Yeah, it kind of seems like it, but gonna hear some pictures as well. He's living the dream. He's living my dream, chat. Of course, also, guys, the Dodgers just announced a very special collab with One Piece. That is why the One Piece night returns to the ballpark for the Dodgers on July 2nd. So that's actually really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. I know One Piece has been doing lots of collabs, so like basketball, all kinds of other stuff. That's really nice. Hold on, I got a flip moment. Sorry, chat. The Dodgers are weaving up. No, I mean, we've had like so many baseball teams, basketball teams, all kinds of other stuff, do all these really cool collabs. So I don't know, like some people might look down on it. I think it's cool as fuck. I'm really excited about it. Yeah, sorry guys, got a little flimmy there. Of course, also, in case you missed it, at the box office, the Backrooms is now the biggest opening ever for an original horror film at 118 globally. This is actually back on May 31st. Of course, this was directed by 20-year-old Dean Parsons. This movie went on to be extremely successful. But that Obsession actually became one of the most profitable movies of all time. The film is eyeing a 250 million plus box office finish on a $750,000 budget. Guys, that return is absolutely insane. And looking at what else came out of box office, like the new Star Wars movie, you have Disney here, right? It's been $165 million in 7 years, guys. Making the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Of course, the first Star Wars movie in theaters in 7 years. Opening up on Memorial Day, entire Lucasfilm marketing machine. Big number one for the weekend. Finally, the Monday comes. Loose Obsession again. Obsession is a horror movie made under $1 million. It went up 39% to its second weekend. Of course, open below Solo, a movie that costs less than your craft services budget, retook number one. You brought Star Wars back to theaters after 7 years. Got outgrossed on a Wednesday by a Wish granting toy from a movie 200 times cheaper. I mean, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Star Wars, yeah, I think Star Wars is just done. They really, really need to stop investing into, this franchise. It feels like Star Wars is just absolutely dead. But, yeah, I mean, like, the new movie could have just been a season absolutely clawmaster. Like, I didn't see it. I thought it was fine. Perfectly okay movie, right? Was it the greatest thing ever? No. Yeah, I feel like it was worthy of theaters. Maybe. I don't know. I felt like it was a fine enough movie that could have easily not been a movie, right? It could have been a season and that would have been fun. Was it very action-packed? Absolutely. I mean, I did enjoy it. The pacing of it was really solid. Other than that, though, guys, let me know. I won't see Star Wars for a while. I just think the after the latest trilogy, they just kind of, sunk it into the ground, In other news, guys, of course, the Digital Circus Last Act did premiere last night, guys. Looks like we have a little bit of everybody on the runway, red carpet. Of course, all the VAs up there for the big finale, which is so cool. Very small, final screening there too. Oh, that's cool. I think it's really awesome because, we've gotten to this point, chat, where we have, a YouTube series that are blowing up so much that now they're at a point where they can premiere in a fucking movie theater. I mean, that's incredible, guys. Yeah, I saw Bao and Numi were there too. But I think we've come such a long way now with series. I mean, even look at like Iron Lung, right? Like, just produced solely by Markiplier. Really, really cool stuff going on over on the YouTube side. Moving it over onto theaters. Jokes on them, and then go to the theater and put on any headsets. Nice. So again, chat, I do think that this is really cool to see this kind of stuff happen, right? I went to do the finale last night. Really good. Everybody in the theater seemed to be enjoying it a lot. I did see some kind of negative feedback about it, but everybody's gonna have a different thoughts on the finale and stuff like that. I do want to see the fan base is pretty rabid, sadly. A lot of people are kind of big jerks about this whole series in general. The fan base is very much known as with a very bad reputation, but regardless, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. You'll need a hug after watching it. I need to watch the rest of the episodes before I even get to that point, but absolutely. In other news, guys, let's go check in with some gaming news. We're going to be talking about, of course, this whole big debacle going on with God of War. But first up, some other stuff. Yeah, harassing the main person as well. It's really, really sad. So, guys, there's actually a huge win for gamers and consumers' rights. And this actually has to do with the Protect Our Games Act.
The California State Assembly just passed of 1921, the Protect Our Games Act. It passed on the floor by a vote of 43 to 16. The bill would force video game companies to give players a heads up before they shut down the servers for a game. It would also make them provide a way for people to keep playing afterward, like adding offline mode or letting community servers take over. Quick recap of what the bill does.
This is exactly what everybody asked for. This is all that we wanted. This is all that we wanted, guys. This is a absolute huge win, guys. The California State Assembly.
60-day advance notice before any server shutdown or major service change that would make a game unplayable in its ordinary use. Companies must then provide a workable solution so players can keep playing, usually an offline mode/patch, community server support, or, in some cases, a full refund.
That's
applies
amazing.
To digital games
Holy
first
shit.
sold or substantially re-released in California after January 1st,
that's what, a
2027.
Fucking refund for that. Yeah, a lot of game studios are like,
does not affect subscription games, free-to-play titles, or games that are already permanently offline
it would only
/single
be
player.
what's in place right now.
Enforceable by the Attorney General or district attorneys.
Nice.
In short, if you buy a game, you should still be able to play it even after the company moves on. No more purchase turning into a rental that expires when the servers die.
Yeah, very interesting. So again, guys, this was put together by the, I'm doing well. How are you, Valdez? I'm a little flimmy this morning. I'm sorry. It's probably because I was yelling a lot last night and I didn't get a full 24-hour rest. But this is only in the California State Assembly. So, again, it's only a state thing right now. Of course, also, guys, in case you missed it, Jason is now in Dead by Daylight. Actually coming out on the 16th of this month. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I know a lot of people were thinking it was Kingdom Hearts because they were talking about, like, darkness and heartless and stuff like that, but it was indeed just Jason. A perfect fit for the game, by the way. So there you go. In other news as well, guys, we also have the announcement date for Grand Theft Auto 6. That is right, guys. November 19th. It's finally happening, guys. I know you're all fucking losing your minds. We finally have a date for this, but yes, Grand Theft Auto is coming out on November 19th. Yep, exactly. That's the date, guys. The world will stand still when GTA comes out. Of course, also Tekken announced their brand new DLC character, and that is right. We do have, of course, Yama from Baki, guys, who will be joining the roster. Take a look. This is a crazy fucking add-in, by the way. Yeah, this is actually a fucking insane add-in. I think 3 times now. All right, we got Roger. Nice. I literally, I want to see his fucking moveset. Like, how is this gonna work out? He's gonna look wild too, like, because he looks like a fucking JoJo character. Yeah, I'm very interested in how they're gonna make this work in the game. So there is a Yujiro Hanma coming to the game, guys, early 2027. Looks pretty cool. I'm excited about it. Even more exciting, guys. I can't believe I get to, like, say this. Kind of wild as fuck, but check this out, guys. The Witcher 3 actually just announced a new DLC, guys. This game is, like, what, like 10 years old? And they just now announced a fucking new DLC. That's crazy. Of course, you have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Long to the Past announced. This game came out, what, in 2015? So kind of crazy that they're adding onto this game even more. Very cool, though. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of like, interesting, you know what I mean? In other news, guys, I found this very interesting game called Scalper Spoils. That is right, guys. It's a single-player co-op game where it's a management sim where all you do is scalp limited release items and sell them for maximum profit. Yes, I can finally now live my dreams as a scalper of Pokemon cards. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Bruh. Blokemon. Oh my god.
People have their hobbies. Some overpriced, some questionable. But one thing is certain. Your job is to ruin them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They're running the people over? But why is this accurate?
Stinky.
Oh my god, dude. It's gotten so bad, chat. They're making a fucking game about scalpers with Pokemon cards and collectibles and fucking concert tickets. This is too realistic. This is too realistic. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is too realistic. %, less violent than real scalpers. People fighting each other at the fucking, like, ATM machines. How many subs will play this? 100. What? What? That's insane. I don't know when this comes out, chat, but, you know, I'll keep you up to date. That's wild as fuck. 100 subs, Daniel. There you go. In other news, we also got to talk about what's going on with the monkey. Monkey, chat. That's right. DK, the Donkey Kong. That is right. He is here. Donkey Kong 64 is now part of the Nintendo Classic app. Available on June 4th. So that actually came out yesterday. You can now play Monkey 64, guys. Very, very cool to see. Monkey. I don't know. I'm excited about that. I might actually end up playing it because I've never played Donkey Kong 64. You know, I think it's kind of bad I've never played this game. I should probably do that at least once. But there's Donkey Kong 64, guys. You know what's crazy about this, though? The day this got announced, chat, I don't know if this was purposeful or not, but the day it got announced, the Nintendo announced Donkey Kong 64 for NSO on the 10th anniversary of Harambe's death by coincidence or by design. Do you think that they actually knew, chat? Like, that's crazy. Rest in peace, Harambe. They're honoring Harambe, guys. They're honoring Harambe. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it, guys. Another news as well, in case you missed it. Minecraft 2 did get their announcement date of July 23rd, 2027. So it is called Minecraft Squared. I actually like that title. That's fine, right? So here is, of course, the cast talking about the movie. Let's go take a look, guys.
And I'm Jason Momoa, better known as Garrett the Garbage Man.
What's up, Minecraft Live? This is Jack Black, a.k.a. Steve.
And I'm Jason Momoa, better known as Garrett the Garbage Man.
I need more vocal stems.
We're so
Come on,
excited
Jack Black.
to be back here in beautiful New Zealand,
Yeah,
shooting the sequel
please.
to a Minecraft movie.
While everything
Please,
here is
Jack Black,
mostly
give me the
top
good
secret,
vocal
we do want to
stems.
give you a little glimpse of what we're up to.
As well as introduce you to one of the newest additions to our Minecraft family.
Hello there. How's it going? My name's Matt Berry. It's great to meet you. Now, I've been told I'm not allowed to tell you exactly who I'm playing in this new film.
Why the fuck does he look like Evil Steve?
Yeah, that's not turquoise. Steve would not be wearing that.
Oh my god, it's
Unbelievable.
literally Evil Steve.
Where was I?
So yes, there is a lot of new in this movie, and a massive team hard at work taking this production to the next
Oh my god, Hero Brian, you're right. He is Hero Brian. You're so right. Oh my god, you're so
level.
right.
But we got some old friends returning as well.
Hero Brian confirmed.
Hi,
He was real the whole
Minecraft.
time. Wait a second. Wait, did the staff of Minecraft actually ever acknowledge Hero Brian? Wait a second, is Hero Brian actually canonically real by like official Minecraft terms? Because if he wasn't, then they just made him official through this movie.
I am here in Chugless. In this movie, we are taking you so much deeper into
Yeah,
the
so
Minecraft
he's
world.
actually
New biomes,
canonically
new
part of
characters,
Minecraft.
And of course, new mobs, along with some of my favorites, like these creepers behind me.
It's actually
Now,
cool.
Jack, there's something we need to share today. And I'm really
Lincoln
excited about
Steel.
it. The official title for the Minecraft sequel.
We've been fighting over who gets to tell you.
But I won, and it's called...
We did it. We cracked the feed.
Oh, come on, come on. All right, guys. They heard you.
Don't worry. It's not gonna be called a Minecraft movie sequel.
No.
Yeah, I love that they
gonna be
put
called this. All right, roll the
Technoblade
tape,
in it.
play
That
it.
was awesome. Oh, he's just removed. That's it. They probably were trolling people. I love that fucking Tommy is just like chilling there.
Well,
I don't know
feel
the
like
other
that
guy
only
though.
leaves one other thing for us to do. Houston, Alex!
Oh, hi guys.
Oh, no way, she's playing Alex.
Dust is Alex, everyone.
Oh, that's
We're giving
awesome.
everyone at Minecraft
Oh, that's a cute pig.
Live a
I
little
love that.
glimpse at the new movie.
I love that.
Cool. We'll see you in theaters next summer. And in the meantime, there is one other piece of exciting news that will give all of you Minecrafters a way to be a part
Yeah,
of the
I'm
movie.
actually excited about
Hey
that.
everyone, I'm
Looks
Jared
great.
Hess, director of a Minecraft movie. And I'm Jens Bergensten, the chief creative officer of Mojang Studios. So pumped to be talking to the fans and the players. You guys are the reason we're back in New Zealand making this
Get
movie.
Toby
and
for
we wanted to
something,
find
I'll
a way to
reunite them,
bring
yeah.
you into the film with us. So
know, this
Jens
is
is going
actually
to share
pretty
something
nice.
really special we've been working on called the Minecraft Build Challenge. Big Jens, give him the deets.
Thank you, Jared. Yes, we are planning an
Oh,
epic
God.
build challenge with amazing prizes. The winning
Oh,
build
we
will
had to put it
actually
inside
appear
that
in the
little
movie
section.
or
That's
the
kinda
end
cool.
credits of the movie. We'll also set up private screenings for the finalists. All you need to do is create something awesome in a custom
The
map.
movie was
We'll
fine.
pick
It was
4
definitely
biomes
like
relevant to the movie.
it was definitely fan service. It kind of reminded me
We'll
of
select the
FNAF
finalists.
in
Then
that way.
it will be back to the community for the final vote. And
That's
yes,
actually really cool.
There will be a cape up for grabs.
That's actually really, really cool. Yeah, I feel like it was a fan service, right? It was really more for the fans, more so than like a critically acclaimed movie, right? It reminds me of FNAF in that way a lot. Good movie for the fans, not so much for the critics. So anyway, chat, that's what's going on with Minecraft. Of course, also kind of randomly, I want to just mention this very briefly. And I promise I'm going to reason for this. So, Toy Story actually, randomly, is getting a remake. They're doing all kinds of stuff with, you know, the older games. It's called the Retro Roundup, an 11-game collection, guys. Which is kind of wild. It's got like all the Toy Story retro games. They're redoing like Toy Story 2 and 3, and they're also including the old school like Bugs Life game and stuff like that as well. But I thought this was really funny because our boy, guys, our boy Big Lord is actually a third on the comment list here. Our Big Lord, guys, says, I don't know why, but the plus and plus Bugs Life thing in their trailer reminded me a lot of In Knuckles or Feet Dante from the DMC series, etc. meme. It kind of is. It's like, oh yeah, I am Bugs Life. It kind of is the In Knuckles meme. So let's go, Big Lord. Making it to the top of the comment section on the Atari YouTube. But I thought that was kind of cool, so thought I'd mention it to you. Of course, also, guys, big news, at least for me personally, Elden Ring Carnage Edition is actually releasing here very soon, August 28th. It includes, of course, the base game, the DLC, 4 new armor sets, 2 new starting classes. You can actually change your horsey, different looks for it. All of the additional new content, we don't know what this is. But you can purchase all of these upgrades on everything from, like, you know, on your PC, Xbox, PlayStation, etc. So it's not just on the Switch. You can buy that DLC separately on every other platform. So very, very cool. Super cool to see. We'll definitely be replaying the Tarnished Edition when that comes out, chat. And finally, I want to mention the new update going on for Marvel Tokon, and that is all of the new characters they announced. This is called the Knights of Doom trailer, but you have people like Magneto, Carnage, new characters all announced, so take a look. Bro, I might actually get into this game.
To face the supreme master of the pugilistic art, the Duke of Get Your Dukes Up, Mr.
Yeah, I might actually end up playing this game, chat.
Than any word.
And the greatest action is to fight.
You have defeated so many. You've defeated whole worlds. But you've never fought Doom. Let me show you why you should kneel. Think you're a genius?
I do like Doom's gameplay. It looks fun.
My genius is endless.
And now my
the
turn.
fucking exterminator gun.
You made promises, Doom, and those promises shall
Yeah,
be
Magneto looks
kept.
cool.
This violence will solve nothing, Eric.
My dearest
Bro, that looks brutal.
mutant kind shall rise, and I will be the one
Jesus
to
fuck.
lead the way.
I'll tell you them. I'm not even, like, I like Magneto, but I'm not as excited for him as I am for one other character in this game.
Showtime! You look a little angry, Bug.
Goblin looks nuts, though. Like, he's got, like, I guess he can set frame traps with his carrier, like, it comes across the screen. Like, look at that shit. What the fuck is that, dude?
That all you got? Bump the way!
Sounds like Joker. This is who I'm most excited for. Fucking Carnage, dude. Honestly, guys, look at Carnage and tell me that he is not a fucking zoner. Watch his gameplay. It's all like across the fucking screen. Anti-airs. Like, bro, I want to play Carnage so bad.
Moment has come. Attack!
No mercy.
Let me do it. I'll slice you up.
Yeah, he looks like so much fun.
Knights of Doom, destroy them! Feel my wrath!
The end is near.
Oh, shit. Bro, this looks so good. So, August 6th. I think I might play this one, chat. I think we might play this one for a little bit. We'll see. This looks awesome. It's got, like, full screen fucking, like, moves that, like, allow him to get space. He's got a lot of anti-airs. I'm so excited. So, anyway, chat, that's what's going on with Marvel Tokon. Coming up very soon. Very, very cool. So anyway, guys, let's take a moment to talk about what's recently going on here with the God of War game. This was announced during the last Sony State of Play, And a lot of people are kind of upset about this. So let's talk about this controversy just for a bit. So of course the studio director, Corey, who's in charge of, God of War, says there'll always be Kratos games in the God of War series. Going on to see it's still part of the larger tapestry of what we want to explore. All the different characters, there's always going to be Kratos games. So it sounds like to me this new game is a bit more of a spin-off, but I want to identify some of the main problems that people are having with this game, right? Of course, Domino's UK actually going on to say, God of War game with no Kratos equals pepperoni passion with no pepperoni. Like, not happy about it. Now, I will say this, that's a fair criticism. If you don't want to play, a side game or something that's a spin-off, you're not going to understand that, right? Do I think this game looks bad? No, I don't, but, it's a valid criticism, right? You're very used to this main character, suddenly a side story. I think you should give it a chance, of course, but, you don't have to, right? You're not required to play this game if you don't want to, right? But of course, Santa Monica Studio says, okay, thanks for the feedback. Domino's Pizza corporate account, like, so, I mean, I can understand it's very different. If it does have Kratos in it, I can empathize as to why that might be a reason you don't want to play the game. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But we're also going to look at other instances that I very much disagree with. Here we have a user by the name of Kraboom. This says, create a franchise centered around a male protagonist. Watch a franchise become a huge success, with the protagonist becoming its most iconic character and building a massive fan base around the world. Decide to ride the success of the established franchise by creating a new female character to replace the male lead, to push a feminist agenda, completely alienate the original fan base, tell them the game isn't for them, and then blame them when the new game fails. When will they ever learn? Entirely untrue, chat. Entirely untrue, by the way. Oh my god, you're pushing the feminist agenda on us with your female-led games. How dare you? It's really funny because, they show all these instances this year, right? But they also fail to show instances where the opposite is also true. One is a spin-off. One died for the plot. One is an expansion of a character's story that finished. One is not even a franchise. It's a one-off game. The one built up the co-protag. You people are just stupid. So again, talking about how this game is a spin-off, talking about instances of a gender swap, and also changing the main female led leads into male leads. Which again, I don't really have a big problem about it, but being like, oh my god, you're pushing the feminist agenda, like, what? What? Makes no sense to me. So this whole argument to me, I'm kind of like, yeah, throw that to the side, guys. Throw that to the side. Absolutely ridiculous, right? For you to sit there and say something so completely ridiculous, right? Yeah, female character replace the male lead and push a feminist agenda, like, yeah, just Twitter being Twitter, right? But what I do want to look at, guys, is one of the issues that I'm kind of on the fence about, right? So we have from 8-Bit Eric that says, no one is mad because she plays a woman. People are clowning God of War because it looks bad. The design looks weak, the gameplay looks bland, whole thing feels uninspired. Instead of accepting that criticism, people are pretending Chud gamers only hate it because of the female lead. That's a real cope. If you don't buy it, is what people say when they can't defend the game. Gamers are rage baiting, the defenders are. So here is what I'll say, guys. If you don't like how the game looks, that's fine. You know what, whatever, right? Again, if you don't like that Kratos is in it, and you don't like how the game looks, that is your choice. That's fine. If you don't like it, whatever, right? I think it looks fine too, Silent, but again, if that's your main complaint, you think it looks uninspired, whatever, right? That's your choice. You think it doesn't look good, the design looks weak, whatever, right? That's your choice to decide that or not. I think it looks fine. I agree with you guys, but now we're gonna kind of get to the main issue here, chat. So we can definitely say that having a female lead, I don't think is a problem at all. People that have a problem with that, it's kind of ridiculous. If you think the game, because it doesn't have Kratos or it's uninspired, Okay, I mean, I guess if you don't want to play the game because of that, that's at least like a more fair reason than being like, oh yeah, like, you know, because it's pushing a feminist agenda, right? Can we agree on that? If you don't like how the game looks or it doesn't have a character you care about in it, I think it's a more understandable reason to not want to play it than being like, oh, it's pushing a feminist agenda. I think we can all agree on that. Right, exactly, Alex, exactly. Like, they're just not interested in those characters, and that's fine. That's totally okay, right? So here is the main debacle that we're going to get into, chat, about this God of War game and why people are very much upset talking about it, etc. What's up, Guilty? How are you, sweetheart? So here we go, guys. Pirate Nation says the new God of War spin-off is getting huge backlash for making the in-game character way uglier than Deborah Ann Woll, the voice and motion capture artist behind Face. Sony did it again. You can thank the usual consultants. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, guys. How do you think this looks versus her actual IRL look? What do you think about it? I'll tell you how I feel, but you know, tell me what you think. Game isn't out, and Chud's already claimed they know what's in it. Yeah, that's true, exactly. It's fine, almost identical. She's younger there. That's a good point as well. This is an older picture that they're using to compare. I think they also aged her up in this. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this, right? I think there's a realistic level of suspension of disbelief where it's like, you got to understand, guys, when they pull something over to a game, it's not going to look exactly one for one. That's impossible, right? It's literally it's impossible. It's not, you're not able to do a one for one. Literally, you cannot. Now, what I will say is, I personally think this looks fine. I think it looks pretty, I don't have a huge problem with it. I will say I could empathize, though, if you don't like it, though. I could see your complaints. I understand. Do I think it's fine? I think it's fine. Do other people think it's not? Yes, and I can empathize with that. I can totally understand. It's gonna be a subjective opinion, right? Some people might agree, people might disagree, right? And that's fine. That is your right to have your opinion about it. It's subjective. However, chat, I think people causing a huge backlash about it is kind of fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many video games where the look is not perfect. I think most people have a reasonable expectation that in a video game, they're not going to make everything look one-to-one. So why are we, like, so upset about this when this is kind of something I would expect from a video game, right? The other thing that they're not considering, too, is how she feels about it. If she's happy with this, well, it's her in the game, right? It's ultimately her vision of how, you know, the look comes out, right? So if she is happy with it, at the end of the day, that's kind of all that matters, you know? At least when it comes to, like, artist intent, right? That's even an egregious change. Right, exactly. Like, it's not, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So, I don't know if I really understand this huge backlash behind this. I mean, if we go and look at the trailer, too, there's multiple parts as well. You know, I'll show you more of the trailer so you guys can, you know, get an idea for how it looks.
Where am
I mean, again, is it perfect? No, it's not. Is it horrible? I mean, like, no, I don't think it's horrible. I think, like, if you want to criticize it, that's fine. Again, it's subjective, right? You might feel like it doesn't look good enough. Whatever, right? I guess if you really want to nitpick about it, sure, that's fine. You can give a constructive criticism, right? But I feel like having this whole, like, outrage about it it's a nothing burger. It's really nothing to get that upset about. You can straight up just be like, yeah, you know, it's not a one-to-one. I think you could have done better with it. And that's a criticism, and that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Given the role of the character is supposed to be the look at the face of the model fits, sure. And, like, again, everybody's gonna have a different opinion about it because it's subjective, right? But I feel like all of this outrage about it is just a bit ridiculous. Oh my god, her hair is in the exact shade of red. Yeah, 10 out of 10 something bad game. Yep, you're doing great. Doing great, Walk. Keep it up. You're killing it, bro. Isn't there lots of time to fix things before release anyway? Exactly. So, like, it's okay if there is criticism around it. But they did go on to say the left picture, Deborah has had a makeup department. Pepper looked for the headshot. In the right picture, you see what a woman who grew up in an ancient Scandinavia would look at 41. Because she doesn't have access to
Honestly,
cosmetics.
I never
Here's
know
a picture
why
of her from
people in
last
Western
year.
games do this, especially when Eastern games will make the character as accurate to the person that they create the character based on. With God of War, it's not that bad. But it could have been worse, as we've seen in AAA games. I mean, look at the new Fable, Mass Effect Andromeda, or Dragon Age: The Veil Guard.
Right.
Capcom has shown how to do it right. Resident Evil 7 to 9 and Devil May Cry 5.
Like, my thing too would be like, let's see you remove her entirely from the equation, right? I didn't know who the person was doing the mocap and all that stuff, and you just said this was the Kratos' wife and this is the character, right? I'd be like, oh my god, dude, she's beautiful, you know, like, she's attractive. So, like, if you remove this part out of the equation, it wouldn't even matter, right? And here's a more recent picture, and I feel like if you look at this picture by this, it's a lot more. It's a closer more to a 1-to-1, right? So, again, I don't see all the outrage about this. If you don't like how it looks, that's fine. You can criticize it. But having, like, this whole outrage about it, I think is a bit ridiculous. What do you guys think, though? What do you guys think? She does also look the same as, I think, a couple of flashbacks she got of her, too. Gotcha. I mean, I was also looking here, like, let me go find it here. I guess is this her in the original? Ragnarok? Is this how she looks in Ragnarok, chat? I mean, I'll be honest. I prefer this over this. Maybe that's just me, but like, I think she looks, again, subjective, but I think she looks way better in this than in this one. I think you saw her was like in 2 to 4 flashbacks. Gotcha. Sure, and again, that's subjective as well. I think she looks fine. I think, again, just having some backlash about this is ridiculous. So, we have people complaining, oh, they're pushing a feminist agenda. Now you're replacing, you know, a male-led game with a female. Well, it's not replacing. It's literally a side game, right? It's literally a spin-off game. On top of that, too, we have people complaining about they don't like the look of the game and stuff. Well, that's fine. You know, whatever. If you don't like the look of her, etc., whatever. That's your prerogative. But I do think that the main argument I want to say, guys, is saying like, oh, you're pushing a feminist agenda is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, that is such an extreme take that I'm just like, nah, bro. Yeah, sure, Noctis. And like, I'm not like a 3D artist or like you know, a game dev or anything like that. So I can't really say like what can be tuned to make this better. Somebody that's actually like knows could speak a little bit better on that, right? More detailed. But from like an outside viewing, I think it looks fine. It looks younger in Ragnarok, but that's because the moments are before and around that time. Kratos. Oh, gotcha. There's some problems in gaming with weird agendas being pushed. It's a bit complicated. This looks fine. Exactly. That's how I feel too. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing here going on with the God of War stuff. I was watching Mudahar's video about it a little bit earlier this morning, and he did have some complaints about just kind of PlayStation as a whole. Less about the God of War stuff, but just again people complaining about PlayStation. So I'm trying to learn more about PlayStation as a whole, just because I'm not super ingrained in like the gaming sphere and stuff, but I think there were some fair gripes in this video. I mean, we're going to take a look at it. But people that are making like jokes about this game, they're like, you know, they're like AI rendering her just like cooking at home and doing chores and stuff. They're like, oh, it's the gameplay of, you know, what the game's going to look like. I mean, that's messed up. That's messed up. So we were blown. There have been way worse things in gaming to be mad about, sure. I kind of feel that way as well. Anyway, yeah, no, people are doing that though, Antique. They're like, it's just really like, you know, reducing women down to just, oh, you're just a housewife, or, oh, you can only do chores and take care of a baby at home. Like, there's a lot of really shitty kind of like AI videos going around showing quote unquote gameplay of what it's going to look like. Yeah, it's really messed up. Some agendas are being pushed, but the discussion have been diluted due to people who ever act like this. Yeah. So anyway, I did want to talk about this a bit because I knew it was kind of blowing up. I'm wanting a liar while I get it's okay to criticize this good direction it got to where it's going. One thing I just can't get behind is people criticizing featuring a woman in her looks as it feels so irrelevant. Right. Exactly. Like, how is the game overall, right? Why are we so focused on this one thing when, remember, this may not even be the final look. I can understand if you don't like how the game plays or looks like it plays or stuff like that. That's fine, guys. That's okay. If you want to criticize that, I think you should wait till the game comes out. But if you don't like how the game looks like it plays, okay, I can understand that at least. But talking about pushing feminist agendas and trying to reduce women, you know, speaking about women in such a negative way like this is really very, very just messed up. Yeah, absolutely. It's very just misogynistic, you know? Yeah. There's a lot of misogynistic examples out there. It's really sad. Really, really sad as a woman to see how people react to this and like, oh, well, you can't have a female-led game. Well, like, what the fuck about fucking, like, Nier Automata? Nobody complained about that. And I don't know if it's, like, a disconnect between they're like, oh, hot anime woman and oh, realistic looking woman. Like, I think they're both hot, just in different ways, you know? Yeah, I saw that as well. That's a good point, Catface. Like, Faye was the one hunting the gather and Kratos stayed home. At least, like, lore-wise, right? I think that image is automatically done bringing up Nier, especially when I don't even know the Nier lore, yeah. If a male character is poorly written, don't call him out, just like any poorly written film. Right, it's like, if there's legitimate reasons to call out a game, that's fine. Also remember, for the last 10+ years, specific agendas have been pushed, and people have been pushed to the point of blindly pushing back against it. The ability to sense it being so overly sensitive, they keep picking up false positives, because they're so used to being browbeaten by people trying to lecture them. Yeah, sure. I get you. Makes sense. Then we chat. That is the God of War debacle going on right now. Pretty crazy. In other news, guys, I do have a bit of content creator news for all of you. And first up, guys, remember that doorbell guy that was like, you know, you guys know. You've seen this picture. I came to the doorbell, was, you know, slamming on it, trying to get inside. But I do have an update for this. Seems like this guy has reportedly been found incompetent to stand trial. I would say he probably had some kind of maybe like mental health issues, so that might make a lot more sense. Jason Thomas Nichols was seen on a ring footage shouting while attempting to break into a home and now undergo a competency trial. So I hope he gets the help he needs for sure, because I mean, this video was just crazy. In other news as well, guys, we do have some updates about what's going on with Ethan Klein's lawsuit, guys. It's getting pretty crazy out there. Yeah, it's actually getting really fucking crazy out there. But let's go take a look at what has happened recently. So I want to talk about what happened with Frogan. Frogan actually talked about her lawsuit. And there was a default judgment put in for this. So because she didn't really deal with it, go to court, you know, take action against it, there's now a default judgment in favor of Ethan because of this. So let's take a listen to what she had to say.
Thing?
Yeah.
1769.
What?
You're gonna buy a Game Pass month, or are you gonna buy
a gift card?
Okay. Why a gift card?
So I can use my balance.
I'm so confused.
Really let down. I don't think you guys realize that the lawsuit is still going.
Hey, the lawsuit's still on.
I don't think you guys realize the lawsuit is not over. And I don't think you realize I've been fighting this lawsuit since, what's it called? Since August.
Yeah, no, I think that's the impression I get as well. She acts like she can just
Everybody
ignore
just
it and it's
doesn't know
gonna
what,
go away, but like
what the law is.
you have to go to court and deal with it. Like, whether you like it or not.
I'd eat as a trademark lawyer. I literally wouldn't. I'd rather boil my skin.
That's kind of it on that one, guys. She didn't really have to say too much about it. But what I do want to go look at here is, of course, what Legal Mindset had to say about all this. And again, because she has not dealt with it, actually, the default judgment went through. Like it's a shot case for her between Ethan Klein and her. It's done. Like that's it, guys. You know what I mean?
Rogan has lost her lawsuit
should've
with
just
Ethan
actually tried to
Klein,
fight
but
it.
she's in absolute denial and coping hard. We're going to get into exactly how hard it's going to destroy Frogan on today's episode of
she
Legal
should've
Mindset.
actually
We teach you to be your own
tried to
judge.
deal
I'm
with it,
Andrew
like,
Esquire, American
go to
attorney.
court,
Now,
like, stop pretending
Frogan,
nothing's
Frogan,
going
of
on.
course, absolutely 100%. She has lost this case. But if you see in her recent videos, she's in absolute denial about this.
Really let down. I don't think you guys realize that the lawsuit is still going. I don't.
Well, I will stop it here just because, again, I wanted to show you that, you know, she 100% lost. It's a done deal, guys. She's coping about it. But what I do want to talk about is some recent news going on with Denims. And this is actually, remember, Ethan went after multiple people, right? Denims, Frogan, etc. Well, apparently, guys, Denims actually tentatively won the lawsuit against Ethan Klein. Klein and his counsel will have the opportunity to argue tomorrow, but she tentatively won for the content nuke fair use lawsuit. That is right. So it's kind of crazy because now that we have this news, if she would have went to just court and tried to actually deal with it, it looks like she would have won. So let's go read exactly what happened. Again, this is kind of breaking news, so there is going to be some, more litigation and stuff like that. But the court deems defendant's use as transformative. Throughout the live stream, defendant provides commentary pertaining to criticism of the nuke. Defendant contends that the nuke resembles a high school video project or middle school project, talking about the timestamps. During the subject live stream, defendant complains about the documentary editing, timestamps into the video, treats the audience as morons, is attempting to trick them. Here's the timestamps. The complaint further states that she frequently makes comments that are later contradicted by the nuke itself. Notably, the fair use inquiry does not ask whether the criticism or parody of the copyrighted work is this or accurate or mean-spirited, but simply whether use is of the kind that copyright is designed to protect. The decision is highly instructive, therefore the court held. Here, there is no danger that SJW levels of awareness will usurp the market. Progressive commentaries such as "We thought she would win," Benjamin's target audience, generally political conservatives and libertarians, is obviously not the same as Hugh's target audience, generally political liberals. Moreover, through SJW levels of awareness is compromised entirely of portions of "We thought she would win." There is no reason to think that Hugh's audience will abandon her progressive YouTube channel to watch the I think this means divisively titled SJW Levels Awareness on a conservative YouTube channel simply because it contains part of her work. So again, going to talk about that. Yeah, right, bro. This whole fucking Bricks and Minifigs shit is nuts. By the way, we are talking about a different court case right now, but thank you for joining us. Accordingly, the court finds the defendant's live stream is not a market substitute for the nuke. And so this is basically the big thing, right? Misa's right, she has basically the only one at a chance of winning. So again, accordingly, the court finds the defendant's live stream is not a market substitute for the nuke. Basically, 3 or 4 fair use factors strongly favor defendant, including the most important factor, purpose and character of use. Court concludes that a fair use defense applies as a matter of law. The defendant's motion for judgment on the pleadings is granted. So again, the motion for judgment is granted. Conclusion: for the foregoing reason, the court grants defendant's motion for judgment of the pleadings. The court orders defendant prepare and submit a proposed judgment in this matter within 7 days of this order. So, yeah, it does look like Ethan is actually going to push back against this, but it's looking good for Denims right now, guys. I thought I would mention it to you. Kind of wild. I know that we covered this kind of earlier on with the lawsuit that's happening, but this whole thing going on is pretty nuts. I know some people don't like Ethan. I don't really have a opinion of him because I just don't know it. I do know that when we watched Denim's like live streams and stuff, he definitely seemed to. Honestly, he's very aggressive and inflammatory. I think that's probably just on brand for Denims, but it felt very aggressive, and both sides kind of seemed like they had their own problems. So I don't really have too much else to say about it, other than just again, this is going on. So we'll see what happens. King Chad also the one that was in super heavy. If don't watch it, the original, watch it anywhere but this video, which I think maybe Frogan was a bit more guilty of that. Without it, just come upon and watch your model so good looking. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. How are you, sweetheart? I just think we need to take such accusations seriously. We must reserve judgment until the parties involved provide evidence. Yeah, I mean, like, just let it be resolved in court. Obviously, Frogan lost because he just tried to ignore it. But it does look like, again, you know, Denim's fighting back against it. Working out for us, so we'll see. Very interesting overall. In other news, guys, I do want to take a look here at what recently happened here with PewDiePie. PewDiePie actually announced that recently he's actually going to be stopping a lot of his family vlogs to protect the privacy of their son as he grows up. If he wants to be part of it, that should be his choice later in life. Can I just say, I love this. I love this. I think this is actually, like, so thoughtful of his family and his son. I think this is, like, probably, yeah, in my like, viewpoint, I think this is such a morally, like, objectively right thing to do. Giving your son the right to decide that later when he's an adult, or whenever he's able to decide if he wants to be part of that. I think it's so respectable. PewDiePie actually being a good dad. We'd love to see it. In other news, guys, let's talk AI for just a second, because Meta employees are pushing back against a new tracking system that monitors mouse movements, clicks, typing, and screenshots on company laptops. Now, why would they be doing this, chat? Why would they be using this monitoring system? Well, of course, they're using it for training. They're trying to train AI tools by showing how employees use software and complete daily tasks. Many workers are concerned about privacy and feel the monitoring is too invasive. I've had companies that monitor my last company that I worked with for editing. You know, they would be able to remote in, monitor your work and stuff like that. But I kind of understand to a point, because I want to make sure you're not doing anything illegal. But this is kind of crazy, right? Now we're feeding it into AI tools. Wild. Of course, also, guys, kind of a big controversy here going on. You know, the Good Advice Cupcake creator, Lauren Brantz, said she is horrified and disgusted after BuzzFeed allegedly gave her character to an AI platform without her involvement. Remember, this is the same company. Didn't they do fuck over the chicken nuggets as well? I'm pretty sure they fucked over chicken nuggets as well. Of course, here's that. You know, I'm horrified and disgusted that they took my character, Good Advice Cupcake, and giving it to an AI platform. My time at BuzzFeed was marked by continually being taken advantage of and lied to. That is super horribly unfortunate. I think with anything like this, there should always be consent. BuzzFeed actually responded to Lauren Brantz over the AI-generated stuff, claiming she was invited to participate, but declined due to her opposition to generative AI. The company also stated it owns IP and that AI is only being used as a creative tool. Classic business move. Yeah, so we actually invited you to feed your character into AI, but you said no, so we just did it anyway. Like, what? After publication, BuzzFeed shared a statement. We would have loved for Lauren to be involved. This one, the people worked to bring Cuppy to life. While employed full-time at BuzzFeed, we shared with her that human creativity will remain at the core of this project, with writing, storytelling, and animation being developed by humans and AI being used as a creation tool to help facilitate that.
Oh,
you know, guys, when they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a creation tool only for the back end. Yeah, bullshit. We explained it as so similar to Walt Disney embracing Xerox technology to
They did
make
fuck with the
in-betweening
creator
easier.
of chicken nuggets until they received some backlash on their decision.
Yep. Can I talk about this a second? Actually, I'll finish reading this and we'll talk about this. We explained this was similar to Walt Disney embracing Xerox technology to make in-betweening easier, and that our partners at Amazon MGM Studios share our ethos with a commitment to ensuring human creativity remains at the center of everything they make. However, she made it clear she was categorically opposed to the use of AI in all its forms, and we respect that she did not want to be involved as a result. That is absolutely right, but her personal opposition to AI cannot determine how BuzzFeed develops IP that it owns or deny the many other talented creators involved in the project the opportunity to do their work. So, guys, let's talk about this for a second. We explained that similar technology Walt Disney used, embracing Xerox. So, I'll give you a great example, guys. You ever seen 101 Dalmatians? Ever seen that movie? Who's seen 101 Dalmatians? I'm sure you've seen this movie, guys. And within this particular movie, they did something what Walt Disney used, the studio used Xeroxing. And what they would do was they would draw a bunch of different spots. They would draw the puppies blank, etc., right? Draw the spots, and then they would use the Xerox spots on all of the different doggos. This was to basically make the burden of work less, right? They used the spots, a bunch of different versions of it, and just applied them to the dogs in different ways, right? This was to help with the workload. Obviously, drawing all of the different doggos every single time, etc., would be really, really tough with all the individual spots. So they use Xeroxing basically to do that. So for you to say that, oh yes, we're going to do the exact same thing as Xeroxing with AI is literally such an apples to orange comparison, because you're using AI to take something and generate it that is stolen. Everything was still hand created, guys. Even the Xerox spots were still hand created, guys. They went and drew every spot. They just repeated it across some of the Dalmatians or used variations of those spot patterns, etc. So this is such a dumb argument. Oh, similar to Walt Disney's Xerox technology. This is completely different. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, no, we're just gonna plug into AI. It's the same thing. No, it's not. It's not at all. And what's crazy too is they're like, well, you gotta remember, right? Lauren is the creator of the Good Advice Cupcake, right? There may be some, I don't know the specifics of the ownership, right? But as a creator, right? You have a lot of leeway when it comes to how something is used creatively, right? However, BuzzFeed is like, oh, well, we own the IP, so we're just going to do whatever the fuck we want. I doubt legally that's going to work out in their favor. I don't know for sure, but again, I will say that might be up legally, but regardless, from a moral perspective, ignoring the creator and somebody that is involved with it, I'm just be like, well, you don't want part of it, so we're just going to do it anyway. It's really fucked up. And I think all of us could agree to that. Scott, would you agree that this whole situation is fucked up? Let me know, yes or no. Just type yes or no. I mean, I'm sure there's some contractual stuff, so we'll talk about it from a moral perspective, right? Because we don't know the contracts. Guys, I do want to continue talking about AI for just a moment. That sounds crazy, but this is George R. Gutierrez. George R. Gutierrez. Oh my God. Bro, not the chicken nugget. I haven't seen this in ages. Alright, this time.
It's a chicken nugget fantasy. Chicken nugget dreamland. Whoa. If you're into nuggets, it's where you wanna be. Chicken nugget dreamland. Whoa.
Bro, I forgot about chicken nuggets.
Of infinite sauce. Chicken nugget dreamland.
thought we escaped the chicken nugget. Probably because it's like $20 to fucking use it. I was waiting for this. Fuck you. It's perfect. What do you mean? What do you mean? Totally worth the $20. This is Pip, bro. Pip, you're crazy, dude. Good, I needed a chicken nugget break. Oh my god, I would do anything for chicken nuggets right now. I'm so hungry. Chicken nuggets, baby! Chicken nuggets! What do you mean, Shadow? We love this dance you redeemed. This is the best one. Maybe not if they spam it 30 times in a row, but this is the best. What do you mean? Thanks for the chicken nugget, y'all. Thank you. Thanks, Pip. Oh shit, we got a dance party too. Okay, we're not done. We're not done, chat. We got a dance party. We got a dance party, everybody. Okay, everybody get your fucking emotes out. Everybody get ready. Everybody get ready. Here we go. Here we go. This is also good one. No, not the Ninja Sanji. Oh my god, this is the Ninja Sanji yacht. No. No, get out of here, Ninja Sanji. This is not VTuber news today. Not VTuber news today. Oh no. We've been Ninja Sanji yacht in chat. Oh shit, the Ninja Sanji yacht, bro. I like how I went from reading legal things on Party Club. Yep, welcome to my stream, basically. That's pretty fucking normal around here. Like, in other news, guys, so you might know George R. Gutierrez. He is actually the creator of Super Macho. He also co-created Nickelodeon series like El Tigre. Also co-wrote and directed the film The Book of Life. Very well known, right? So, somebody actually, this guy went through a controversy. Actually went and edited his Wikipedia page to call him a sellout following the announcement of his new AI animated project with Amazon. Well, that is right, guys. He did decide to, do an AI related project, which is very unfortunate to see working with Amazon. That is right. Of course, he did go on to say, make an announcement that he would be listening to what other people had to say, and said, learning a lot from many of you. Thank you. Lots of information I'm digesting. I'm not sorry. Damn it. I thought I escaped. Damn it. Let me find you a post really quick, chat, because this one is kind of... Yeah, here we go. I got it. Well, you went on to say, I understand a lot of you are happy for me, and a lot of you are really angry at me for experimenting with AI at Amazon. I'm going to leave the comments open so you can get it all out and hopefully feel better. Any death threats will be reported. Of course, he says, learning a lot from many of you. Thank you. Lots of information I'm digesting wholeheartedly. I'm absolutely understanding the concern of using AI to assist in the animation pipeline. From all of those showing me grace, I really appreciate it. I have a lot to think about. So, chat, let me ask you, how do you think this worked out? What do you think this guy decided to do? Yeah, what do y'all think? Really bad? You think it worked out really bad, right? Well, I gotta tell you all, chat. We got the good ending. We got the fucking good ending. He didn't double down. No, it went well, actually. He said, I decided to drop out of the AI program at Amazon. I will not be making a Punky Duck series. Actions speak louder than words. Oh my God. My intent was to showcase artists, both new in season, both inside and outside the studios, driving this new tech. My sincerest apologies to those upset. I promise to do better moving forward. Thank you for your patience in me. I will try harder. People saying good job. Yeah, people like, yeah, buddy. I know this is a hard call, but you've done the right thing. Proud of you. Wow, what a rare W. But honestly, I think there is so much, there's so many issues with generative AI, right? And I think a lot of people don't realize not even just like how it steals from artists, but of course also the ecological effects of it as well. So it's really nice to see somebody very well known, very large creator stand up against AI after kind of learning about it. So huge W, huge W. In other news, guys, I wanted to talk about this because this is absolutely nuts. An influencer here actually does not have a right hand. They lost her arm, right? Well, actually fighting a ticket after police claimed that she was driving while holding a phone in her right hand. Oh yes, you know the hand that doesn't exist on my body? Yes, I was definitely holding a phone in my right hand. I mean, like, her trial is was set for May 27th. So let's go take a look at the clips from this. This is wild. Yeah, take a look here at the full body cam from the cop. I mean, this is crazy.
It doesn't bother you, huh? Yeah, a lot of times you can.
Maybe it's different because I'm mature also.
Yeah, I kind of
Hello,
came in
ma'am.
late on the game match
Good morning.
bringer, but I would have cracked up.
County Sheriff's Office. Recently, why you're being pulled over in the city of Lake Worth today. We're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone. I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Not. Oh, you.
She just like, so you would just want to call this a name?
Want to just call this a day? Or?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up
You
manipulating
just
the
said
phone.
my right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You
So
had a
you
hand
didn't.
out. The right hand. I saw you
So you
manipulate.
didn't.
With the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw
But
you.
you didn't see me with my right
Okay,
hand.
so are you
saying that you saw me with my
I know
right
what
hand?
I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you yeah, or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in your
I
hand.
did not.
Hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
The other hand to God, you don't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration,
Yes,
and
I
insurance
do.
with you.
Bro, that's actually crazy. Oh, he was in the right hand. And then as soon as he shows that, he starts stuttering. Oh, well, hand in, well, the case was dismissed due to lack of evidence. Let's take a look at what she had to say about it. That's crazy.
Okay, so we had court this morning and dismissed. So apparently it was dismissed over the weekend. Yesterday night when I went and checked the time to make sure that I was going to be there on time, all that jazz, it showed dismissed, but I am not one for taking a chance. So I went ahead and went to court this morning and got a handy dandy paper that says dismissed. And you guys, I cannot make up the reason behind why it was dismissed. It says lack of evidence. Bruh, we knew that already.
What do you mean lack of evidence?
Okay. Also, side note.
More like lack of brain cells.
You can watch me on CBS mornings this Friday at 7 a.m. So.
Here's the thing, right, chat? This cop literally could have been like, oh my God, I messed up. I'm so sorry about that. Please, have a great day. My bad. That's literally all it could have been, but this guy tried to argue and like fight against it, and he had to be right. Insane. There's always a quadriplegic who was proven to be using a fighter gun with no hands. That is true, Walk. That is true, Walk. But that is a separate case. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. In other news, guys, this is Mia Higa. Mia Higa is, of course, you might know her because she's the founder of the Obvious Sanctuary. It's a nonprofit exotic animal sanctuary. We looked at a clip where, who was it? Jacksepticeye made a huge donation. She's been kind of a big part of Twitch. You probably seen her around. Well, guys, recently, she's involved in this viral clip. Turns out that Jason the Ween tried to actually bother her, called her and said, all this dumb stuff. Maya, of course, got upset and immediately hung up the phone after finding out Jason the Ween has an entire petting zoo in the backyard of the courthouse. So I'll play the clip for you. Take a look.
We here at the court crib. We got a new pet. It's an alpaca. It gives us like 500 mats if we break it.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I got a new pet. I ran out of content today, so I went to the pet store and got an alpaca. You can cough.
Jason, how about next time you run out of content, you use your fucking brain and like come up with a good idea?
Nah, I mean, bro, this is a genius idea. I mean, who has a pet alpaca? Look.
And then she hung up on him.
Look.
She hung up on him.
So she hung up. We here.
He's awkward, like, so she hung up. Dude, like, you're just bothering his poor animals. See, this is such a dumb content idea. Like, leave the fucking animals alone. What's even crazier, guys, is guess who else gets involved? Jacksepticeye. Of course, here's the clip. Jacksepticeye says, the fact that people are saying doesn't man do this too, this is how shitty this is to do. Calling her to get a reaction live is gross. And again, very different stuff, right? She has a sanctuary, it's a professional. This is literally just a content creator trying to garner some views, right? And Jason says, are we dead ass right now? This guy, do you not see what the problem is with this? Like, you literally lack the brain cells to understand why this is problematic. Like, so how to show you this, definitely went viral, not that long ago. It was, pretty nuts. In other news, chat, I did want to talk about recently what happened here with Knuckles' voice actor, aka Idris Elba. He's actually been knighted in the United Kingdom. He's now Sir Idris Elba. Wow, I cannot believe that Knuckles is a legitimate knight now. Holy fucking shit. Congrats. That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I know we talked a lot about swatting in the past. A lot of creators are getting swatted more and more. Well, the guy who actually swatted Ned Luke, the voice actor of Michael in GTA 5, you probably know this guy. When this happened, it was actually not that long ago. Well, because that guy swatted, and, obviously it's for a bad reason, that guy got sentenced to 4 years in jail, guys. Hell yes. That is right. Justice is fucking served. Stop swatting people wrongfully. It is a crime. It's a felony now, I believe. 4 years, chat. 4 years for that. God, don't fuck around. Don't find out. Wild. In other news, guys, I don't know if any of y'all watch Mr. Beast, but there was a guy who actually won a jet, a private jet from Mr. Beast. Well, it turns out that this guy won this jet and decided to use it for some nefarious reasons. Let's take a look, guys.
Private jet from Mr. Beast just got arrested in Paraguay in connection to 577 pounds of weed being smuggled.
Oh.
There's a lot of misinformation around this story right now. Right, so 1, Jabari Brown wasn't using the Hawker 400 XP that Mr. Beast gave him for the trip. 2, instead this involved another jet owned by the co-founder of
So he didn't actually use the one
Brown's
that he won.
actually already been released. Right, so reportedly the marijuana was being smuggled into Paraguay with Brown and 3 other Americans flying from Miami to an airport outside of the capital. Reportedly, while the $3.6 million worth of marijuana was being unloaded, Paraguay's anti-drug agency showed up, caught him red-handed, and now you've got people facing serious international drug smuggling charges, though some of those charges might also get dropped. The authorities are actually trying to figure out to what degree everyone was involved. And so, for example, Brown was actually arrested at—
Well, again, he didn't actually use the jet that he won from Mr. Beast stuff, but, I thought it was an interesting story.
Hotel room and wasn't actually on the scene when the trucks were being unloaded. And he was even released from jail yesterday because police think that there's a chance that he didn't actually know he was smuggling anything. So a story to watch, and also a story that kind of shows you to be careful. A lot of the internet kind of just saw the first report and they were like, oh wow, the guy who won on Mr. Beast, all of a sudden he's trapping. But we should wait to see what actually comes from the investigation.
As always, you gotta double check it. So this guy may or may not have known. They may have, he might be released, but I'll keep an eye on it for you and let you know. Smuggling seems like it's too dangerous to get into, regardless how much money is involved. Exactly. Yeah, people always jump the gun when it comes to news. And speaking of jumping the gun, guys, there's a particular creator that we spent mini streams talking about. Does anybody remember this little streamer called Saikuno? Yeah, anybody remember this Saikuno guy? Back on April 10th, Mal released a document exposing Saikuno, serial cheater, mass manipulator, and dangerous predator. It is just so crazy. It was practically explosive. Like that, chat. It was explosive like that. Whoa. Well, chat. We talked about this in great detail, and I want to ask you all before I continue. What were your thoughts about Saikuno ultimately in the end? Did you think that he was, POS? Did you think that he was exonerated? Did you think that, he was just a bad person? What did you guys think of it? Oh, yeah, no, this blew the fuck up, Ranger. I mean, it was everywhere. Come back. But my final call was just, this guy was just a fucking cheater. Used a lot of women, knew exactly what he was doing. It was very disappointing. In my opinion, it was morally reprehensible. It was morally corrupt. And it's very creepy and horrible. Well, guys, this was on April 10th, right? So as of today, it's June 5th. Hasn't even been 2 months. Well, guess who's back, guys? Saikuno. Less than 2 months, this guy already came back. Less than 2 months. Are you kidding me? Less than 2 months. This dude already came back. Are you serious? No fucking way, dude. Oh, brother. Well, let's hear him out. I guess let's hear what he has to say, chat. Maybe he's, got some important updates to share. Maybe he'll drop the persona. I don't know. Let's see. That's what I'm looking for. What's been done? Is it actually, worthwhile? And did he drop the persona? Let's look.
All right. Well, as most of you guys know, I've been gone for a bit. And while I've been gone, I was working on myself and repairing the damage I've done to my girlfriend and our relationship. What I did to her was horrible. And for a lot of people, they could never forgive that. I regret doing it so much. And in the time I've been gone, I've been working every single day to try and make things better. It hasn't been easy, but I'm glad to share that not everything's perfect, but we made a lot of improvements, and we can confidently say that we're doing a lot better. We're in a position where we could be happy together, and we're headed in a good direction. I wouldn't be coming back to streaming if both of us didn't feel that way.
There is no fucking way.
Actually,
no fucking way. In less than 2 months, you have made everything right. There is no fucking way that you have reached out to every single person, made things right with them. Absolutely not. There is no fucking way. Legitimately, there is no way that you've changed enough as a person to actually come back in good conscience for your streams. Not enough time has passed. This is even up for debate. You have not had enough time pass to change legitimately as a person. You literally cannot change that much in 2 months. It's impossible. This dude coming back has to be out of desperation. It has to be, chat. There's no reason that this predatory dude should be coming back this soon. The way that he would, the way that he preyed upon so many women, right? You know how I feel about this guy. I don't have fucking words. I don't have words. How much you gonna get to try to get him another girl pants in less than a month? Probably. Yeah, he is a pathological liar. He's absolutely a pathological liar.
I guess rent must be due if he's returning this early.
That's how I feel, Kuro. I think it has more to do with money. It really, really does. He also didn't drop the persona as well. He's got this whole, shy boy Deku thing. To me, it's completely insincere. Completely insincere. How did everyone in his stream respond to his comeback? That's a good question. Where's accountability? Apologies for their women to her. Exactly. I can't believe why his girlfriend forgave him, but you know what they say. What a headier playboy for a low tier XP bargain. I mean, like, you know, it is up to the girlfriend. I'm not here to talk about whether she forgave him or not, but I don't really know how this was received. I guess we could go look at the quotes. Why is he still talking like that? Still doing the voice. Manukari and Sakura still to this day get sinister sisters over mutual breakups despite both relationships in their terms, but be a man who's a piece of shit that'll support the world. Again, you can drop that act now, just be yourself. I still can't believe she stayed man. He is horrible. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think it was received that well, it looks like. I don't know why she forgave him. I have no idea. I'm honestly shocked. I'm honestly shocked. Bakugo needs to make a call and post in this video. I mean, this dude is gonna get memed to death, right? Does he stream on Twitch or does he stream on YouTube, chat? Yeah, what is like his main thing? I guess it's Twitch, right? I guess we can look. No, Project! Thank you for the VIP, dude. Congratulations on hitting such a big milestone. I mean, we can go look at the numbers really quick. I mean, you do have to understand that it's going to be kind of hard to look at this as a true judgment because anytime there's people return from controversy, there's always hate watchers. So thank you so much. Congratulations again, Project. Actually, I mean, he had this Lethal Company collab, 216, 132. I mean, kind of even just half of that collab, whatever that was. I mean, like, he's clearly got some lower viewership. So there were a lot of people. I would be, oh shit, I started raid. Whoops. Whoops. I thought I typed VIP, my bad. Yeah, what the hell? All right, I'm not trusting my shortcut anymore. Yeah, I'm not trusting the shortcut anymore. Whoops. Whoops. Oh god. My bad. I canceled it. Oh man. My bad. I'm sorry, I misinputted. I misinputted.
I can see why Bakugo wants to make Pillow Prince Deku his punching bag.
Yeah, honestly. So, you know, looking at this, right, guys, obviously he's gonna have like a big jump in comparison. So we'll really have to look at what's going on afterwards to really get a true judgment call on how this was received. But I don't think it was received well. What do you think? Yeah, what do y'all think about it? Really quick. Yeah, I have a shortcut button, but I don't think it works because I was trying to raid. Well, it worked earlier, so I wonder if there's like something you have to press or something like that. I don't know. I knew about this too because of the cheating rate. I mean, like, again, I feel like the way that he would prey upon multiple women, had this roster of people lied to them, gaslighted, misrepresented stuff. I mean, like, this guy is just the worst of the worst, right? And I know there's people out there like, oh, yeah, what a player, high five. Like, that is not the way that we should be treating people that use other people like this. I mean, it's sad. It's horrible. It's disappointing. It's whenever they're not bothering him, especially since the return, the whole drama became such a huge mess. It did. It really, really did. It was very, very wild to cover, especially for me. I mean, I was knee deep in it, you know? Yeah, Dan, I mean, that was an argument a lot of people brought up. I'm not going to get too heavy into that, but yeah, the shortcut in the other view, I don't use to stop raids, but under, I just have to type the command to VIP. Yeah, so I have like a Stream Deck shortcut button. But I don't think it works. Yeah, I don't think it works properly. Perhaps I'll go waste some money. This interview still get decent views. Yeah, I mean, he will. Yeah, I mean, he has 3 million followers. Like, he's probably honestly gonna be fine, but at the end of the day, it's still like, yucky, you know? So let's continue, guys, because I do want to talk about a little bit of Twitch news. And then, of course, we are going to dive into a very, very big story going on with the bricks and minifigs. So just a little bit, not much to talk about. But Twitch is cracking down on viewbots. Asmongold has actually left stunned after Twitch exposed FaceMate for botting a stream. His viewership plummeted from 49,000 to just 2,000 after Twitch decided to implement its bot crackdown. So let's take a look.
FaZe Banks. He's at 32K and
I mean, that's insane, dude.
oh my god. It's the bot apocalypse. Holy shit. God damn, that's insane. Didn't he have over 100K announcement? He did. I'm friendly with Banks. I've talked to Banks before. He's a nice guy. But
yeah, I mean, like, sadly, I'm just not even surprised. Like, you could replace the image with any other, like, larger rando streamer, and I'd be like, I'm not surprised. Like
I mean, 49-2? Oh, and it went down. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my god. FaZe Banks.
I mean, that's a huge, huge drop, chat. Of course, also kind of looking here as well. We have OTK member Sire, the first big streamer to give you a cap on Twitch. I don't want to say first, but they appear to be frozen at 1,200, far below his 3,500 average, despite chat containing over 3,000 logged in accounts. Shown in the bracket, this 1,200 figure alone aligns with the view metric 6 months ago, which detected 1,500 bots alongside his 1,400 real viewers. So it does seem like it's working as intended. Told you guys I would keep up with it.
What do you have to say about that? I will be making a mother joke here in a second. I will be breaking in my new mattress with your mom. Timeless Plum, thank you very much for the 24 months, guys. Big deal. Last stream we hit 2,600 subs. I would like to announce that at 3,000 subs, I will be doing a 1.5 thousand domino setup stream, Rue Goldberg style.
Question is, what happens if somebody bots someone else's weapon to hurt them? I mean, that's always been a problem, right? Also, little chat member counter extension, that's so inaccurate. Yep, absolutely. It's so inaccurate. Yeah, I was so quiet. I'm so sorry. He didn't really say anything relevant, to be honest, but it's just a clip of that stream. But it seems like it's actively going down, guys. In other news, Mordpie actually got banned on stream for green screening Dark Souls 3 on her feet. This was back, of course, at the end of May, but she also recently got banned again for undisclosed reason as of June 2nd. So, bro, look, I'm going to be real. I understand pushing the envelope and things like that, but how many times is she going to get banned and get away with it? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I understand that, like, you know, everybody should have, like, some kind of recourse to get your account back. And I'm not talking about, like, Fight for a Nation or anything, but, like, you're getting banned so many times. Like, why is nobody doing anything about this? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. In other news, of course, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy said the view botters aren't helping streamers get real viewers, saying it's a small impact on discoverability. Using recommended sorting, you're not being influenced by view bots, and it doesn't help promote the channel. I think it's more so for, like, sponsors, right? Like, duping sponsors. That's what I always thought that stuff was always about when it came to, botting. But even worse news here for Twitch. Their head of global entertainment marketing, Kieran Kallstrom, is leaving the company. So another big loss of staff for Twitch. Over the past year, we've reported several of these going on. I think it's a focus on feet, Dan. Focus on, like, feet or breasts or stuff like that will cause that. Recommended sorted is goading, yeah. But sadly, most people just do it, high to low. Yeah, we have another person leaving Twitch staff. Pretty big part of the staff as well. We've seen a lot of people leave, so I feel like things behind the scenes for overall for Twitch is not very great behind the scenes, chat. Just kind of digging through the some of the context clues here. Of course, also guys, Twitch actually rolling out some new AI. Amazon ads to launch 2 AI Twitch sponsorship tools at TwitchCon. So campaign assist will analyze how creators speak during sponsorships and prompt them on what they need to say or change tone. Chat sentiment analysis will process all chat messages to determine reactions. Yeah, of course, also, they are going to add an AI to add a midstream summary for viewers, giving a brief overview of what's happened on stream so far, just in case you've missed it. At least in some better news, Tier 2 and Tier 3 subs will now be able to send gifts in chat. They'll just be able to deactivate the feature or limit some gifts. I actually like this. I think it's just cool to send gifts inside of chat. I could see this going really wrong, though. I think a lot of people might put some really questionable gifts, but yeah, I think this is actually kind of cool. So I will see what happens with it, but ultimately, I'm kind of on the fence about the whole overall rollout of that, right? But it's a good idea. Of course, also, guys, Twitch moderators can now announce their mod anniversary. Can we get some love for the mods, guys? They work so hard. I think this is really nice. Of course, also, guys, we have the Golden Kappa train. But what about the Mythic Hype train? We have a new Golden Emotes, PogChamp, Cool Cat, Whatface, and the Mythic Hype train. Like Golden Kappa, may be limited to just 24 hours. So I guess this is the next level of hype trains. I don't know if this rolls out anytime soon, but yeah, new hype train. So maybe we'll get it one day. We'll see. Of course, also, guys, at TwitchCon, we did have a pretty interesting thing go down, which was very polarizing over this not past weekend, but the weekend before. Average Harry puts, love how the first thing you experience when you walk into TwitchCon is a screen that turns you into AI slop as you walk by. Well, we did get a full breakdown of this one from Fear Zero, who wanted to talk about what this actually was. And apparently it turned you into this AI looking like filter. I'll let them explain it because, of course, they know more than I do since they were actually there. But let's take a listen.
So I listened to the sale pitch and oh golly geez whiz, there's so much that can go wrong here. Delulu is developing this as an OBS plugin with Twitch chat integration, which means chat can control who and what you become. In order to use a skin, it requires you to upload a picture to their slot machine to animate. Chat integration also means chat can upload their own pics, which you can go through and approve or delete. I will note there was a vague promise of some level of moderation, whatever that means.
I don't know about that, chat. I feel like there could be way too many problems surrounding that. Also, like, uploading other people's pictures and using that in your own content, like, that sounds icky.
Despite this,
I don't
you
like
can
that.
probably already think of at least a few glaring issues and how this technology can and will be abused.
Very good point.
Copyrighted characters. Using the skin of another person or character to say defamatory things.
That's my biggest concern, actually.
Using those same things to do compromising poses. Uploading certain art styles without permission. What about anything involving kids? Will images of them be moderated? Will the plugin send your stream, including your voice and image, back to their servers to store and scrape data from?
Exactly. So literally, you're just sending your picture straight into the machine.
I have no idea how Delulu plans to address the legal and ethical aspects of these. Maybe it doesn't plan to at all and will throw users under the bus when the lawyers start rolling in. Don't use this nonsense. Not just because it's Gen AI slop churned out by Asma causing data centers, but you could very easily get into legal trouble.
I'm worried about the ethical dilemmas behind this as well. Copyrighted characters, like they mentioned. For me, the big one is like using just some random person, like saying something derogative, saying something, even like a wrongfully provocative. I mean, there's so many instances of issues that could come up with this. So I wanted to show this to you all, guys. This was the thing. I was very interested because I saw this come up, but I wasn't really sure what the fuck it actually was. So there you go, guys. And final thing I want to mention about TwitchCon. Has anybody here watched Kuma Monster? Kuma Monster is pretty well-known streamer. Well, he actually ended up walking to TwitchCon Europe, right? Well, he actually arrived there, and unfortunately, guys, he was denied entry and was not given a reason. And to this day, guys, when I actually looked it up this morning and stuff, they still have not provided a reason. He walked to TwitchCon Europe live for the third time, spent over $10,000, walking 550 kilometers. My ticket was revoked the day before the con with zero explanation. He promoted my stream for the IRL takeover and put Road to TwitchCon in the title as you requested. I'm disheartened with Twitch and extremely let down. Please, I'm just asking for some clarity. And guys, again, to this day, we have not heard as to why that happened. Hi, Dorito.
On the way to TwitchCon on Thursday, I got an email saying my ticket was refunded. I got an email saying, no ticket. You have no ticket. I came here, messaged support. Support said, go talk to the help desk. Help desk said, go talk to support. Support hasn't messaged me back, and nobody will talk to me. No reason giving, nothing like that. So, and I went to the help desk again today to talk to them. Got nothing back. That's the long and short of it. That's the long and short of it.
That's absolutely insane. Why did they, like, pull this dude's ticket back for no reason? Just like, oh, no. Nope. And unfortunately, he only just sat there, guys. Just never found out a reason. We still don't know even to this day. This poor dude, like, what the fuck?
Nope. Still haven't heard anything from Twitch. Still sad. Still tired. Still haven't heard anything from Twitch. So we're going to sit here. We're going to do a little community appreciation, chat appreciation stream. Say thank you for everything. And thank you for hanging out.
And there's nothing. There's no
like,
information.
Dude, I'm just sad. I'm mad too, but like today I'm just sad. Like so many of my friends have meet and greets that I signed up for to surprise them at. So many of my friends are doing panels and workshops and all that, and are at Artist Alley and are just in there. And I just want to see them smile, you know? I just want to surprise them, show up at their shit.
It's just very weird, right? They use this guy to promote stuff, so they clearly don't have like a problem with him, right? They promoted his stream, talked about the IRL road to TwitchCon, him walking there, doing this whole like thing, and then all of a sudden he gets there and they're just like, yeah, you can't come in. Like, but something's going on. I don't know. Maybe this guy's a bad dude. I don't think so, but nothing is disclosed. There's no information, no follow-up. I'll let you know, guys. I keep my eye on this, but it's very, very odd. Very, very odd. I know somebody just asked about the bricks and minifigs. Well, don't worry, because we're going to hop into that right now. Yes, chat. That is right. It is time to talk about the bricks and minifigs. I'm going to do a quick little stretch here. Delete some tabs, and we're going to talk about it, guys. We did do a deep dive into this on Wednesdays, so of course there is more to talk about. If you guys want to go take a look at my coverage on Wednesday, there is a lot to look in there. Yeah, Daniel, I mean, I don't know. I'm throwing out possibilities, right? There's just not enough information. Oh, yeah, you're going to need to... Oh, my God, my back. I just popped my back. I just popped my back. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to buckle up for this one, guys. So, where did we leave off on Wednesday? Just to kind of keep you caught up. On Wednesday, we were talking about the whole bricks and minifig stuff up until this point. And, of course, we had the Patreon CEO tell them that they could stuff it. We're keeping Ben's page up, where bricks and minifigs had requested for the video on Ben's Patreon to be taken down. So, this is where we... were, right? If you don't know about the bricks and minifigs, TLDR, a company basically stole a bunch of Legos from a family, didn't properly pay them out, and went through all of this legal mumbo-jumbo BS, and has still not paid them out. So, what I do want to tell you guys really quickly is I was actually watching Legal Eagle's video this morning, and I highly recommend that you watch it, because it talks a lot about the legality behind a lot of this stuff, right? When I can tell you that I pulled from this that was really important is under the state law, not Utah, but maybe it was Utah. I don't remember. There's so many states now. It might have. I don't think it was Utah, but basically, what it comes down to is the people that took over when Bricks and Minifig took over the store from the original people, right? They are still entitled to pay back what is owed. They do not own those Legos. A big thing with Oregon, that's it. A big thing with consignment that he mentioned about the law in particular with a consignment is when a business takes over another business, right? Yes, they might still own the opportunity to consign that stuff, but that's it. They only own the right to market and sell the family's stuff, right? That's all they own. They never actually owned that stuff, and the ownership still fell to the family ultimately. So I wanted to at least make that part clear that Bricks and Minifigs never owned those Lego stuff. They only consigned it and had the right to market and sell it on behalf of the family. So that was a really important thing that I drew from this video. I encourage you to watch it because there's some good information in there about like the legal side of it. But what I do want to go look at is what's happened since I covered this Wednesday. So Reckless Finn is actually trying to get in contact with Afro Man to make a song about his experience with the police. Yes, I love this, dude. I love this. You might remember Afro Man was the guy that had police wrongfully raid his house. He started making songs about them, parody songs. The cops tried to sue him and they lost. Huge, big win for free speech. It was really funny, but I would love if Reckless Finn actually did a whole thing with this. But we did get some more information about the minifig stuff. There's new information, so take a look, guys. Here we go.
I have a fascinating message about the bricks and minifigure situation. Now, if you're not familiar, check out one of my previous videos, but this controversy has been taking the internet by storm the past few days.
Crossover this century.
This woman right here, Chris Gorman, she was the previous owner of that bricks and minifigs franchise before she was kicked out. She sent me a message over the weekend with some crazy details. The biggest bombshell claim that Bricks and Minifigs has tried to make about the situation is that they never had the inventory to begin with. They never had it. In fact, they say that it was stored at this storage locker off-site.
Which isn't true at all, because we've actually seen the spreadsheet that has all of the inventory. And by the way, chat, they did sell some of that inventory. So the family did get a little bit of money. They just didn't give all of the money, right? What they were truly owed for the entirety of the stuff. So some stuff was stolen. Right now, that exact amount of money, I'm not really sure about, but regardless, just putting this out there.
However, this is a bit misleading. Now, if you're familiar with the timeline at all, you might know that initially there was a showing of the sets, and that these sets were actually stored off-site at the beginning. But it wasn't like that the whole time. The Bricks and Minifigs franchise was simply unable to securely store the inventory in its entirety at that point in time. So Brian, the guy who signed this contract, initially had a storage locker where he was storing the sets, while they were slowly but surely being transferred over to the store full-time. Chris told me that she upgraded the security at the store, and the collection was stored between his storage unit and their storage location between the reveal event I mentioned before they ultimately moved the entire collection to the store. What this means is that the collection in its entirety was physically present in the Bricks and Minifigs franchise when Brandon Best came and he took over that franchise. This is crazy because the company's biggest claim that they've been sticking with this whole time is that, hey, we don't have the collection. We never did. We don't know what you're talking about. They literally say,
but
we never had knowledge, control, or access to this collection.
They lied so many times, chat. It's actually like, it's pretty disgusting how much they've lied about stuff.
They have no idea what happened to these missing sets. Also, a big thing that a lot of people are not talking about with this is when the store was taken from Chris Gorman's possession, they didn't just take Brian's Lego collection. They took everything that she had. The entire store, the inventory, the fixtures, the furniture, the electronics, etc. Now keep in mind, corporate said they were going to buy back the franchise, not repossess it. To this day, Chris has still not gotten paid for the franchise. Her claim, like I've said previously, was that she was planning on moving to a different country, and so she wanted to discuss selling the store. She contacted corporate about this, and they had a Zoom meeting the next day. One of the people on that call was the CEO of Bricks &
Right,
Minifigs.
and then the guy showed up
Corporate
and
was willing to buy back
took
the store, and
ownership
they were
of
gonna
the
send
store.
a potential buyer to check it out. However, that evening, Brandon Best, the guy who took over the store, shows up. They terminate the agreement with her. They demand that she leave, and then he even changes the locks that evening right after she leaves. Bricks & Minifigs makes it seem like this was the result of this ongoing months-long issue here, but in reality, it seems like they really just showed up one night and.
Well, and that's kind of what happened too. If you watch Legal Ego's video as well, they literally just showed up one day and decided, hey, we're taking all this back. Like that's pretty much exactly what happened. They showed up and they say, hey, it's ours. You got to surrender everything.
And really gave her no notice. She also dropped a fascinating tidbit as to what the next Reckless Ben video might be. Apparently, she's not the only Bricks & Minifigs franchisee who's had a crazy transfer of store ownership situation like this, and Reckless Ben is apparently working with someone who had a store, I believe, in the state of Florida, and that's going to be his next video to expose what's going on with Bricks & Minifigs corporate. Now, she could really only say so much as she is suing Bricks & Minifigs. There is a GoFundMe that you can support to help.
I'm glad that they're suing as well, but the thing is, John, is like, they can't just return the Legos because they don't have them anymore. I'm like, a lot of them have been sold, right? But they didn't properly pay out the family for that kind of stuff, right? They didn't properly pay everybody out. I mean, some of it, yes, there might be a small amount to still like return in person, but it's more about just like, it's more about like returning the Legos and the money and whatever amount of either one equals what the whole thing was worth, right? If they do have some of that stock left, they could have returned it, right? If they sold a bunch of it, we just don't know, then they should have paid them out for that. But either way, like, yes, they should have just made it right. It's not hard. Of course, chat, now we have employees going rogue. Employees have gone rogue and are crashing out on Facebook. They're now attacking random people on Facebook chat over mean comments. Where's Bricks & Minifigs? Because you were joking, Dad, trying to insult you personally. That's why you message a store hundreds of miles away from you. You messaged me, you wanna. Did I try to personally insult you? I mean, imagine being an influencer known for rage bait. I mean, come on, guys. How hard is this situation to figure out? You're talking about the evidence being completely false, putting all the available legal documentation and all the testimonials from lawyers to be pretty easy to prove. Uniform what and what is my career have to do anything? You're white knight, fedora, come on, dude. So again, slinging personal insults like a child. I made one comment, man. One, seriously, dude, you're certifiable. So we just have a random Bricks & Minifigures, people kind of crashing out on other people on social media. It's all around just a bad look, guys. But now, chat, now we're gonna get into the real
actually
big
hacked
part
into
of
the
this, and that is the body cam footage. That is right, guys. The body cam footage has been released. Somebody hacked into the police department and released all of the body cam footage, chat. From the police. So remember there was some redacted stuff that we were wondering about? Well, now we got it, guys. So let's go take a look at what happened.
American Fork Police Department and released all the footage unredacted of my interactions with them. This
Yeah,
is the original
this
footage I got
is
with
big.
the redactions in.
Yeah, which
And this-
also is hyper illegal, but now it's all public, so you know it's too late. Now you can go watch individual videos on like YouTube anywhere. He says it was hacked.
Someone actually hacked into the American Fork Police
He said
Department
somebody hacked
and released
into it.
all the footage unredacted.
And just
of my
released it to the
interactions with them.
public.
This is the original footage I got with the redactions in, and this is the new unredacted footage. I'm lining them up, and I'm going to keep only the redacted.
Yeah,
parts
oops,
to see
gave
what they
the
were
files to
actually
the public
saying.
by accident.
I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking. Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was accused of having heroin on me. But the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can...
Yeah, by the way, Chad, this is absolutely going to cause a huge snowball of more issues because them releasing this footage is actually going to start a huge downfall of somebody else involved. But also at the same time, it disproves a lot of stuff that they argued.
serve him his legal court papers. Josh knows that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house.
Right, exactly. They should have never redacted it to begin with.
Stalkers.
Are they there right now?
They're on the side of the house.
One of the dispatchers made a note here saying that
you were gonna shoot someone?
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make her stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him and she never paid him.
So right away, Josh is lying to the police, which we can easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider. He's Reckless Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager. I'm done.
When the fuck did he ever say he was gonna murder your manager? That's BS. That's literal BS.
What are you guys doing here?
So we are in a court case.
Yeah, actually, we do need that line.
She is a process server and she's trying to serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Okay.
So here's what's crazy to me. How the fuck does he get to decide that she's not a processor? How would he even know that? And anybody can process stuff in that state.
The thing. Go get the papers.
You okay for bringing those over to you?
Absolutely.
Oh, Speedy got her channel back? Yes!
Can I see those papers?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve him with?
Yes. I wish we could just send him an email. I wish we could just send him a phone call, or the court could just send it to him, but this is what we're required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we're not going to let him get away with this crime, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a real service.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, hang tight. Are you okay if she just
Yeah, honestly, actually, leader, that's so true.
gives you the papers so we can just get
Have
her?
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting service from her.
You can't say I'm not gonna accept service. That's not a possible thing. Yet the police just go along with it.
Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay,
It's not real.
That's completely fine.
That's so
is that right?
stupid.
Literally, all this police officer has to do is be like, "You are served," and then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them.
Yep.
But as long as you say "you are served," that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that?
Actually, technically, right here by this body cam footage, they served him. That's it. They served him the papers. Like, legitimately, actually, this is proof that they served him the papers. He doesn't have to accept it, but they served him. Yeah, they actually served him.
Like, this whole thing could be solved in literally 3
they
seconds.
did serve
Like,
it.
I'll time it. You've been served. Yeah, like literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police
You don't
officer
even
is
have to be like,
purposely
you're
choosing to make
served,
this
like,
way more complicated than it has to be.
Here you go. He's seen the paperwork. They handed it to him. He got served.
What do you want done today? Besides, obviously, talk to.
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah. Instead of serving these court papers, like the police officer
Yep.
promised me he would, this officer would rather screen
Yeah,
all possible
I
charges
believe it
for
was.
me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
I'm gonna go talk with him, give him his paper back.
No worries,
since
John.
You do not want this,
Can you
correct?
just peek at it?
What was that?
I've had unfollows this happen on Twitch, so regardless of Chrome extensions or anything like
It
that.
kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of
right,
a
No
bind.
worries.
It's fake. There's no lawsuit anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna give this back to him and trespass her.
Because here's the thing. Let's think about this logically. Do you think the process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him.
But here's the thing, like, serving papers, actually the requirements in Utah are like nothing.
And at this point, it seems
Yeah,
like
they're
he's
like
willing
nothing.
to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm gonna murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
That
And
never
now,
happened.
Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
He called the store a billion times, threatened the employees.
He does not want the paper. So
He does not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
I would be shocked. My question be, well, it doesn't matter if he wants it. Like, if we served the paper, we gave it to you, that's it, bye, and drive away.
Seen something like that. To be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna raise your dick.
Okay, see ya.
That's crazy.
Yeah, process server's really gonna ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am?
So here's the thing, guys. So somebody, I think he thinks that a process server is like an official, like, person or entity, but in the state of Utah, it can only be like anybody that's over 18 that has no affiliation with the person that they're serving, or that is serving the papers. Like, it's so loosey-goosey in Utah. Yeah, like, you don't even have
They
to,
have
like,
fake service
have some kind of
papers.
license or anything like that.
The girl is like, she's like, "Oh no, I gotta serve him these papers." Like, they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you think the process server would really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers to a guy that he's been harassing?" I'm like, "Do you think I'm stupid?"
I do, because you don't know the law. Like, you know?
I just don't know what to do, man. I'm done with these guys.
We're ready and willing to arrest these individuals for.
I mean, here's one thing, right? And this was kind of my thoughts as well on this. Like, Legal Eagle does, he doesn't side with Bricks and Minifig, but like when it comes to the legal part, he puts a lot up on the shelf. He's like, I don't really know yet. There's a couple things I have questions about. So legally, there are some things where Bricks and Minifigs might be in the right. We just don't know yet. But he does have some arguments that are kind of like in their favor, which, I mean, he's a lawyer. That's fair, right? That's his job to try to play devil's advocate. But I think even if, let's say legally, that Bricks and Minifig is somehow right in certain aspects of what's going on, this whole thing with the cops is beyond fucked up. The corruption is insanity.
For cyberbullying and digital stalking because they're using electronic means for communication and coordinating their stalking.
Oh, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's all of the above. You know,
Okay,
but because they're continuing to use additional tactics and other things like.
So guys, very important that you realize this is the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs talking to him. So keep this in mind. Put it on the shelf. It's very important for you to remember this.
They're being cute and whatnot. Can't continue, so somebody has to be arrested.
He's not stalking you, by the way.
No, we're just.
He's trying to serve you papers.
As much as we humanly possibly can.
He's gonna submit.
Yeah, exactly, leader.
With our prosecutors, right? With our city prosecutors.
That's
He's
true.
very
Well,
adamant that he wants to serve you with papers. Okay.
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. It's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three. She is.
That's literally all you need.
Over 18 years old.
It's
I
so
literally met
like
her,
easy to be
like,
a processor.
10 minutes before we showed up here, and she's not an attorney. So legally, in the state of Utah, this woman is a process server. And I already explained this to the police.
So anyone can be a process server. You have to be 18
it's
years
civil.
old, and you have to be not affiliated
Yeah,
with the
it's
case.
civil, that's
so
why.
She's not affiliated with the case. She's over 18 years old. That qualifies as a process server.
Okay. Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you.
That's her. Yeah, she's. we have no relationship. That's why she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and that is who she is. The exact person that you're describing.
That's fake. It is a lie. She's impersonating a process server.
Yeah, but he just doesn't know what's just hilarious. It just makes it all the more comical.
So for this girl to be impersonating a process server in the state of Utah, she must either be under 18, which the cops took her ID and verified she's not under 18.
Do you have an ID or anything like that on you?
She has to be related to this case.
Yeah,
which
right,
Josh says
extrovert.
he's never seen her before, so she can't be related to this case. Josh has verified that, and
his whole argument is it's fake, but they already verified it's not fake. So the cop literally did nothing with that information.
so the only option left is Josh must assume that she's an attorney. But if Josh has never heard of her before, how does he know she's an attorney? And spoiler, she's not an attorney. But so I don't know what Josh means when he says she's pretending to be a process server, because it seems like he's verified that she meets all the requirements to be a process server. So basically what Josh is saying is, even though she meets all these requirements, and I acknowledge she meets these requirements, she still doesn't meet these requirements. You're making no sense, Josh.
Impersonating an officer of the court, that carries, it's pretty significant,
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't. That's not
but she's not.
And that's like I say, he's getting combining charges.
It's a class A.
Like, how does this guy not realize
process
that?
server in the state of Utah?
So right now,
That's not happening. Like, bro.
So right now,
I can't just go and pretend.
Yeah,
I
they're
can't
not
just
officers
fake
of the court.
documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
So these papers that you printed up,
fake. Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion%.
Well, it's really funny because they're not.
I'm with the corporate office.
He's the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So what's happened is we had a former franchisee, Mr. Schneider, is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you?
Here's the other thing too. Why are you doing so much to prevent being served papers? Like, if you're transparent and crystal clear and you feel like everything's good, just take the papers and settle in court. Why are you so fucking worried? Oh, because you know you're lying. That's why.
Maybe some of that money. And that's what they're trying to do, is the individual who actually owes the money left to the United States.
And now Eamon has just committed obstruction by lying to the police officers.
He created a fake contract and forged a bad signature up there.
Yeah, if they're fake, then it wouldn't matter. Just take
no
it.
agreement. I'm not beholden to somebody else's stupid agreement. I like how he can just lie to you guys. He's just straight face. Oh, you owe me $200,000.
That's really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting that you're literally lying to their face.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Yeah, it's not their job, right? It's not their job, Jan, for the police to know the law, right? But it's really funny that his arguments are literally all like, he's like, oh, it's illegal, it's illegal. Well, it's not. And he shouldn't even be worried if they're serving him papers. If they're fake, then take it. But like, okay.
Speak with someone to verify.
If they're fake, it wouldn't matter.
If a case is, just verify if a case is.
So remember this, he checks that this case is real and then does nothing with that information. That's, dude, you literally should get a reprimand for that.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay,
dude, it's confirmed. Why the fuck is nobody doing anything about this?
And after this phone call, I guess the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this. Even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff, not even we now can get it to hear what these police officers are saying. But anyways, the police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay? But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Schneider? What an idiot.
So you have to serve the papers at that point. You have to accept them. Like, what?
He's just racking up the charges and we're
oh my god.
So basically the consensus is we were all wrong here. However, let's just arrest Ben anyways.
Like letting them go.
Oh my god.
It's like there's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all of the different things. Like there's got to be something to arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate. This is not okay.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working through this right now.
Yeah, I don't know, Lunar.
Okay.
And then they arrest him after. That's crazy. They literally confirm it's a real court case. It's him, and they do nothing with that information to go arrest him.
Arrested? Really?
Wow. Yeah, identity confirmed, case to clear, paper in hand. I mean, regardless of whether he wants it or not, he got served. So at least with this, they could use this as proof that he was served.
I love
you know?
I love you. Hello,
there we go.
I love you. Okay, I love you. I love American Police Department.
Wow.
So now let's get to the search warrant, where the cops raid my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian. So I might have found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my
even if you disagree with something,
before we enter the property, the cop warns all the other police officers.
You're a police officer. You start to follow through, right?
Filming.
Hey,
it's not about what you think.
They're probably going to be quick to pull their
your
phones out,
personal
so just be
belief,
aware of
right?
that.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you, is my guess of what happened, because afterwards
I'm
he
glad
says
the
this.
doggo was
The main kid
okay.
had his phone recording, so I shut it off, but the other kid had to go for it.
How many did you get? You got Ben?
We got 5 right now.
Including Ben Schneider?
Yes.
Dude, he did, wait. So this cop called John and was like, oh yeah, we got him. What the fuck?
That's good.
Next, we got some unredacted footage of me using the bathroom.
That's wild. Like, oh yeah, we did it. Like, why does he need to call him?
Another thing about this unredacted footage is we get to see the police's entire office building. We get to see their detective board of us. We get to see that they're actually a member of the Church of Scientology Sucks. All my old school fans will know this, but basically I made a religion called Scientology Sucks. And it legally got approved by the IRS.
Level.
And Scientology Sucks worships a gold plunger as their god. I even got it
With the Dark
tattooed on
Souls
my wrist right here. It's like a plunger cross on my wrist.
Wait, he
I
got
guess the
that
American Police
registered?
Department is
I love all the like crazy stuff he does.
active
to,
members
like,
of the Church of Scientology.
and like work around certain
It
laws
sucks because
and
they
things.
literally put my god on their desk. That's exciting.
We have a felony stalking case right now. Felonies. Everyone's facing felonies.
That's pretty serious shit.
It's super serious.
Ow.
I know that you've been told all of, oh, it's a fundraiser. This guy stole $200,000.
Yeah.
That was the case that guy would be in jail.
Yeah.
So
No,
we're going to use Kurt.
Anyways, we're gonna fast forward a bunch. So this is basically a
Yeah,
spoiler for
fun
episode
fact,
3, but
he's not.
basically this Bricks and Minifigs company has non-stop been making fake bomb threats, fake fire threats, fake murder threats in my name that I'm going to murder them. The only problem is obviously these are all fake threats. I would never do something like that. But the police,
Yeah, so they're using his name to come up with all these false threats, which I believe is in his next video, but that hasn't come out yet.
These are real threats. So now the police from Los Angeles, from Utah, they're all working together now to catch me. Here's a phone call from just a few days ago of the Los Angeles police
exactly.
calling the Utah police of them scheming of a way to get me arrested for all these mystery threats that I've been making.
Paul, we got a complaint from a guy in Provo about this guy Schneider.
Okay.
And so it seems like I talked to the guys in Sandy police too, and then trying to get a hold of Provo police. So it seems like Schneider's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, so he.
Yeah, I'll be looking for part 3 big
crazy.
time.
He making threats against us, my employees, our business, etc., etc. It seems like this guy.
But he hasn't made any
his
threats.
last known address is in LA.
Where is the evidence of that?
I guess I'm just trying to track down what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, at least I've been told that there's technically a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Any idea where he actually is?
No idea. I know we had asked to hold him until.
Yeah, actually, they need to involve the fucking feds at this point because this whole police department is compromised at this point. That's only because of a few bad apples.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
No American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
That's true. You did run to Mexico. Yeah, he did just go to Mexico. So, I mean, honestly, that's probably the smartest choice. But we are gonna wait for of course, part 3, guys. Hasn't come out yet. By the way, Laura, what was the update about Philly in the last stream? It was her website update. Yeah, what's about all of wait. Outlaw, why the fuck are you sniffing me, bro? Put your sniffer down. So, of course, after this, guys, Minifigs decided to make a statement. They're actually parting ways with Brandon Best and Joshua due to a devastating social media campaign. What? What? Well, this is from yesterday, guys, so let's go take a look at the devastating, campaign that's been going on with this. Oh my God. Here we go. Briggs and Minifigs part way with Salem, Oregon franchise owners Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson. So the people we just saw, guys, they're separating with them. So evidence of negligence uncovered. Brian Mansell and Crystal Law Gorman jointly valued Lego collection at $95,000 and $100,000, pointing to the unauthorized consignment arrangement. Corporate takes action and reaches out directly to Brian Mansell again for informal resolution. So, so Brian Mansell, right? This is the let me see if we can get a picture. This is oh my God. I believe this is the guy that was there at the start. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't working on that page walk. It was really weird. This is the guy originally that was there, and then there's also the guy that we saw in the video cam footage. God damn it. So, yeah, that's what I normally use, walk, but it doesn't work on this webpage because of the scroll. So anyway, that is those two people, right? So let's go take a look at what they had to say. And of course, I love that they're saying right here, unauthorized consignment arrangement. Well, according to Legal Eagles video, they actually, because they took over the entirety of the business, they took over that consignment legally as well. Even though they might not want it or anything like that, they still did accept it by taking over all of the business parts. They agreed at least to the part to market and sell the Legos as a whole, right? So regardless, there was also the other part too, where the family, one of the contacts actually went in there and tried to show the contract, and they kicked him out and trespassed him off of the property. You might remember that, right? So this is a ridiculous statement. You guys already agreed to it.
An authorized Lego reseller specializing in buying, trading, and selling Lego
they have
products.
Been taken to court, and they already lost.
Announces the permanent closure of its Salem, Oregon store, as well a mutual agreement to part ways with franchise owners Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson due to a devastating social media campaign. While fact investigation continues, BAM's current state of its investigation has uncovered significant evidence of gross negligence in how the store was previously operated by the prior owner, as well as operational gaps during the transition and the subsequent management of document recovery. More importantly, BAM leadership has personally reached out to Brian Mansell and family to meet, to review documentation revealed in the investigation, and to come to a mutual and positive resolution.
Why are we at this point now, where we're just now reaching out to Brian and the family to come to a positive resolution? They tried that a long time ago, and you guys gave them the fucking middle finger. So now they're throwing Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson under the bus. They're throwing them under the bus, trying to put the blame, of course, on them. I mean, we literally just looked at this guy, right? Literally, like, we know that he's wrong. He lied about a bunch of stuff here after this footage came out. And I'm glad there's at least some blowback on him, right? The findings are directly related to the ongoing situation involving collector Brian Mansell, whose father's Star Wars Lego collection was part of an unauthorized and private consignment side deal in the Salem location that predated Brandon and Josh's ownership of the store. Again, incorrect. You guys legally would overtake that as well. We also have the footage where one of them is agreeing to taking that on as well. So that's all false.
We've been asking for documentation for a long time.
And they tried to show it to you.
We
You trespassed
asked Mr.
them.
Mansell and others and did not receive enough to give us a clear picture until recently, thanks to
They had
internal
the
and
contract.
external operations assistants, and those who continue to stand with us, and we finally have enough to proceed with the resolution, said Ammon McNabb, CEO, Bricks and Minifigs. And now that we do, Brian, we continue our offer to sit down with you and are prepared to discuss dropping the lawsuit against you. Let's go through the spreadsheets and POS data together and ensure you are made whole monetarily and ensure that whatever Star Wars Lego was or remains in the Salem store, whether you identify as yours or not, you can have it.
They're trying to do anything to get this
for
fucking,
anything
like,
unaccounted
drop.
for, including what Ms. Law/Gorman failed to compensate you for without your knowledge. We're ready when you are.
The thing is they already tried to reach out to them. They got trespassed. They did try to follow up, and it was never enough. They're like, oh, well, you, send me an apology, right? Like, it's almost like they're ignoring Ben's first video in its entirety. Yo, what's up, Shao? How are you? Thank you for the raid, cutie. Welcome in. We're talking about the Bricks and Minifigs situation. They're literally just ignoring the entirety of Ben's first video. Like, what the hell, dude? They threw those two people under the bus to try to separate all accountability on them.
The investigation also produced new documentation that dramatically challenges the speculative social media narrative around the Mansell collection. Evidence shows there were 3 sets of books being managed by the previous owner, Ms. Law/Gorman.
And they're trying to
regarding
also
the
put on the
collection,
old owners
all
as
with
well.
different accounts of what was sold and more
your
reliable
stream,
high-end
Shao? What'd you
market
do?
values for the entire collection, which is more accurately estimated at $95,000 to $100,000. Consistent with what Brian himself stated publicly on the Collecting Weekly podcast in April 2025, and consistent with the $80,000 in products and / or cash he sought when he visited the store on or around November 21, 2024. Additionally, a review of POS data between September 2023 and November 2024 during the time Ms. Law/Gorman confirms she was exclusively storing and managing, and presumably insuring, Mr. Mansell's
collection under the undisclosed side agreement, and signed copy of which BAM still does not have, is currently underway. So number one, chat, let's talk about all this. Number one, they're trying to put the blame on the old owners, which we already know that the consignment was agreed to. And on top of that, if you look under the Minifigs, like POS and stuff like that, consignment is part of their contracts anyway, so that's ridiculous. Oh, you're playing Stardew, nice. Stardew's fun. So we already know that the consignment argument is bullshit. Number two, they're also trying to devalue the estimate here. So they're like, oh, well, yeah, it's only closer to this. It wasn't actually 200,000. Let's be honest, who gives a fuck how much you guys value that? This was originally valued at X amount, which is $200,000. You guys, whether you think it's this or that, or he said something on a weekly podcast back in April 2025. Doesn't matter. It was originally priced for this amount. And whatever you guys think or, trying to use against him, well, he said maybe this was said then. Doesn't matter. It was originally for this amount. That's what it was valued at, period. You can't change that fact. You can sit there and try to argue it, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Who cares? It literally doesn't matter at the end of the day. You took their Legos and you didn't pay them out properly. But the money amount aside, right? It's the morality and the point of it. On top of that, too, again, they're also saying, signed copy of which band still does not have is currently underway. Well, they tried to give you that contract that they had, and you fucking trespassed them, so they could never give that to you. Insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. So now they're going to try to devalue it even more.
The $200,000 figure circulated publicly by Mansell on his personal Facebook page and Mrs. Law/Gorman on the Salem, Oregon Facebook page in 2023 was never a documented value, simply the promotional value they used to bring excitement for the public viewing in November 2023.
How would you know that if you don't have the contract?
An event in which Ed Mansell, father of Brian Mansell, was also documented by both parties.
How would you know that
present.
if you don't have the contracts? How would you know that? Like, think about that for a second. So, like, it's only publicly for promotional value. Well, if you don't have the agreement here, how would you know that? You would never know the original estimation unless you had the original agreement. What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Due to our commitment to a heightened level of due diligence in our investigation, and lack of formal documentation produced by Mr. Mansell and the former franchisee, Ms. Law/Gorman, we have found critical data including 3 separate Star Wars lot spreadsheets.
We've already seen the spreadsheets.
These included an unknown, but accessible email account maintained by Ms. Law/Gorman.
Yeah, we've already seen those.
This evidence confirmed the new incoming franchisees who took over the location were not aware of, nor prepared for the responsibilities of taking over a store from a forensic accounting review standpoint. This led to due diligence issues in coming to resolution with Mr. Mansell, said Matt McNabb.
That is your fault. That is your fault, though, as
First, an ex-franchisee
business.
still had connections to, and in one instance, ownership of company marked data through a personal email account. When a collector came in, identified himself, and what he believed to be a formal albeit undisclosed relationship.
Formal undisclosed relationship with a former franchisees. Unfortunately, Ms. Law/Gorman was not upfront about it. We were disappointed the situation was not made explicitly clear. That should have happened much sooner than today. That's unacceptable, and we're not going to pretend otherwise. I mean, here's the thing at the end of the day, right? Like, this led to due diligence issues and company resolution. Person ex-franchisee still had connections to and wanted ownership of a company marked data through a personal email account. Doesn't matter, though. Like, this is something to work for your company, right? You took it over. You came in and took that store. You guys did not take the time to get everything you need. That doesn't mean that you relinquish ownership of responsibility at that point. You still own the responsibility of dealing with all the problems that store had, whether you had the information or not. Makes no sense. Their arguments make no sense. In fact, again, under the law, as covered by Legal Eagle, you only have the right to market and sell the stuff. You never retained ownership of those Legos. You never owned those Legos, period, at the end of the day.
Crystal Law/Gorman entered directly into an unauthorized consignment agreement with Mr. Mansell, yet never made a formal introduction between BAM Corporate nor the new incoming franchisees.
That's bullshit.
As we now know, Ms. Law/Gorman's hidden personal bookkeeping version, the separate version she shared with Brian Mansell, and a separate running list of sold items were all overseen by Ms. Law/Gorman and show significant discrepancies between what she publicly paid Mr. Mansell versus what the trackers included. Our internal point of sales, POS, data shows more than $52,000, and potentially more, was sold from the collection during her tenure, which is significantly more than was reported by Ms. Law/Gorman.
Where's the proof?
Crystal Law/Gorman was never authorized to enter into a consignment agreement with Mr. Mansell through the franchise and never introduced Mr. Mansell to BAM or the new incoming franchisees.
So now they're trying to throw again the old owners. They're like, oh, they had an unauthorized sheet. It was off the books. They're not authorized under consignment. But here's the thing. Number one, you don't have proof for these claims. And then number two, on top of that, already in your TOS for your business, you talk about consignment. So why is this consignment all of a sudden not authorized? We'll go look at this. More key details. So they're talking about bricks and minifigs here, like what they are. So let's take a look at their other key details, right? Let's take a look.
BAM has offered the physical inventory to Mr. Mansell multiple times, most recently in December 2025 and again, personally by Ammon McNeff in May 2026. Crystal Law/Gorman created an unauthorized personal consignment contract with Brian Mansell in November 2023 and failed to make corporate aware. Given firm language in operations manual and training, BAM is strictly buy, sell,
I want to
trade.
talk about this.
It is documented that Crystal Law/Gorman on November 8, 2024, formally shared with BAM Corporate that she did not intend to carry on as a franchisee due to the store's struggles, and a job offer her partner Benjamin Gorman had received out of country.
What does this have to do with anything?
Crystal Law/Gorman owed close to $200,000 at time of planned abandonment/separation, causing her to be undue any payout on the date of separation. A GoFundMe account for Brian Mansell has raised over $350,000.
I don't know how this is relevant, but I do want to talk about this, right? Pretty unauthorized personal consignment contract with Brian Mansell. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Regardless of whether let's say that hypothetically she didn't make you aware, which she didn't make you aware when they were coming in and taking her stuff, and that's like worst case scenario, right? Let's say that she didn't make you aware hypothetically. As somebody that works under your business, you are still responsible for the franchisees and their actions. As the business, you are responsible for that. In the story, so you can't just shell it off to other people. Of course, they're talking about like the timeline here of. This has no proof. This is just bullet points. There's no fucking proof. Where's the proof? Oh my god, they lay out all this stuff, and there's no proof, guys. What the hell? So anyway, let's go take a look here because our boy Charlie has a lot to talk about on this one. I mean, it's getting crazier, but again, they try to throw the original owner under the bus multiple times. There's a lot of statements they make that are contradictory on top of that. But even if some of it is hypothetically true, they're still, as a business, they are still responsible for it. And if that was the case, they should be suing her, not anybody else, and giving the Legos back and the money to the family.
Help! A short
it's very straightforward. They should be suing her.
Fallen into addiction in Lego City, but I don't want to give up the needle. I am glued to this Lego scandal, and today has been an action-packed day of new developments.
Yeah, every day it seems like there's this wild chit-chat.
The Bricks and Minifigs franchise owners, the stars of the circus that had been the subject in most of the video coverage around this case, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, aka Voldemort and Dr. Evil, have reached a mutual agreement with Bricks and Minifigs to part ways. They announced the permanent closure of its Salem, Oregon store, the one at the heart of this scandal. They announced this like it's fucking E3, as well as making a mention that there was a mutual agreement reached with the franchise owners of that location, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, due to a devastating social media campaign. So they...
I just love that terminology, devastating social media campaign. Oh, you mean responsibility and honesty and transparency?
Send them out with a sad song on the world's smallest violin. They then immediately speedrun to massaging their sack and trying to put the crosshairs instead on the previous owner. They talk about how there's an investigation that's still ongoing, but their current investigation points to the real bad guys as the previous owners, which are the Gormans. They talk about gross negligence, significant evidence of gross negligence, as well as operational gaps during the transition.
Again, where's the proof? Why would you not be able to release that information?
And subsequent management of document recovery. They then provide a lot of information that they've gathered through their investigation, and some of it does have corroborating evidence that other outside parties are now talking about and providing as well. And I'll get into that in a moment, because it does seem like there was a lot of really convoluted, messy problems here even before BB and JJ, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, got involved here from the top turnbuckle. What I find interesting, though, is that they are immediately going into, it's the previous owners, let's all forget about this. Yes, Brandon and Josh are gone.
Yeah, also don't worry about the, lying cops and stuff. That's fine. Like,
okay. We can celebrate, but let's talk about the
they're not
real
directly
villains.
responsible for it, but they are.
Even if Brandon and
adjacent to
Joshua
it.
weren't immediately responsible for how sloppy everything got off rip, they are responsible for their own behavior. We have oodles of body cams, which I know about the unredacted body cams. I watch those. It definitely doesn't look good for the Bricks and Minifigs side of things, but I don't believe I'm actually allowed to show anything or talk about that in depth because I don't know if it's entirely legal how they were obtained. But even outside of that, we have the evidence of Brandon and Josh's behavior to bin on camera and the things that were being said over the phone and how aggressive and vulgar and hostile they were immediately, even upon just a request to try and get this resolved amicably. So again, even if they're not solely responsible for all of the hoopla legally with the consignment and all of that and what was coming from...
They're still responsible. So, like, yeah, they might not be responsible for the initial kind of, like, the initial problem that happened, right? They're still responsible for all the other shit that they caused that perpetuated this to a new level of being an issue, right?
Corporate or what was coming from franchisee. They didn't conduct themselves professionally in any way, shape, or form and only served to exacerbate issues.
But Johnson, the new owner of this franchise, also claimed that he had the right to that property. Here's the statement that he made to police, quote, "However, due to the claim that Mr. Mansell continues to call the business despite being told not to and encouraging others to do so as well, he does not want to give these items to Mr. Mansell. He added that he also doesn't feel he needs to since the store's inventory became his once he took it over."
And again, this is such a... We're going back to kind of older stuff, but I mean, they accepted everything. They accepted the inventory, etc. I just don't understand why they're trying to argue against it now.
He didn't want to give the items to Mansell because of Mansell's phone calls? And why didn't the police order him to return the sets to Mansell immediately? I guess we'd have to talk to the DA.
I wanted to briefly dump that clip from the Legal video in here because I think that is just comical coming from a...
And again, chat, I really encourage you to go watch this full video. It's a good watch. And it definitely helps a bit.
Like Josh, who was just like the caricature of a Reddit telephone tough guy. He talks all big and strong, puffs out his chest over the phone. Fuck you, bitch. You stole the Legos. Let's tango. Don't tussle with the muscle. That kind of stuff. Like he's recorded melting down and crashing out multiple times throughout this whole thing. And then he's like, oh, well, he hurt my feelings. He kept calling us and that annoyed me, so I'm not giving it back. In fact, I don't even think I need to. I took over the store, which means everything in it is mine now. Which, in a surprise to absolutely no one, isn't exactly how that works. And
it's not even legal, as Legal
something
said.
Legal goes in depth on towards the end of the video about like the messiness of consignment and stuff like that, and giving examples of like how probably don't have the ability to just not give that back.
Again, they actually never own the stuff, right? They only own the ability to market and sell it. So they never own that stuff, right? Because they never full out bought those things from him.
But again, he's not the only legal analyst that has weighed in on this. There's been so many like lawyers and a ton of like law
the only thing
professionals
they
that have been
owned was
weighing
the
in on this
right
case
to
because it's
market
just
and sell
exploded.
it
It's massive.
specifically.
And what's so interesting is how there is so many differing opinions and perspectives from lawyers and experts in law across not just YouTube but on other outlets as well. There is like no
this is a very
consensus
legally
on the whole
heavy
thing. Some people
video.
believe it's a slam dunk.
It's a very legally heavy controversy, right? Multiple states, ownership questions. You have legality of the Legos with consignment. I mean, there's so many things. You have a criminal arrest, alleged felonies. This is like a fucking lawyer dream
of theft or like a corporate fucking hoo-ha that they're way in the wrong, and others actually believe that it's not as clear cut as that. The one thing that seems to be agreed upon by everyone is that it is very messy, but Bricks and Minifigs didn't act optimally. They certainly weren't doing the best here, especially not the franchisees, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson.
Not even
so
fucking
even
by
if
a
there is
mile.
like some convoluted legalese that makes it a little trickier, ultimately nobody handled it perfectly, which has made it become such a nuclear bomb of drama. Now, there has been a lot of new information, like I mentioned, and a big piece of that is calling into question the actual value of the Legos from the very beginning. It has always been alleged $200K worth of Legos, and in fact, that's even what it was marketed as.
I mean, guys, again, like, even if it wasn't $200,000, right, you could put whatever dollar sign next to that, the zeros and whatever number you want to put next to the dollar sign. It's the fact that they took the stuff and they weren't paid out for it properly. It's just the whole moral obligation to do right by that family, right?
But apparently that was all just, you know, hype train stuff and not representative of the actual value of the Lego collection. It was all just buzz. So...
But again, like, how would they know that without the agreement? Or is there a separate piece outside of the agreement that they decide on that? Maybe, I don't know.
Through the Bricks and Minifig investigation, as well as others coming forward and going through it all, the speculation is now that it was around 100K worth of Legos, and that of the remaining Legos that hadn't been sold already, it was as low as 6,200, but that varies from source to source. Because again, throughout all of this, it is still impossible to know what exactly is true and what is speculative. So like finding the...
Yeah, and like we still don't know what was... Like, we know a little bit of what was sold, but I don't think we have like a final like tally. Like, we don't know of the inventory because they tried to actually go look at it and they trespassed them.
All of the sludge here is still really difficult, but now there's a call into question about like the total value of the Lego sets themselves. Also, some of them had been returned. Bricks and Minifigs is trying to make the claim that they've been trying so desperately to work with Brian for so long to get this resolved, and it breaks their heart, that kind of thing. When on camera, you can watch the CEO, Ammon, who just did an interview, by the way, that I want to show you some clips from, just outright refusing to even engage with Ben about it, or even entertaining the idea of trying to get things solved, instead wanting to go scorched earth off rip, rolling up his sleeves like, okay, let's get after it then. And now all of a sudden, he's, you know...
Yeah, by the end of this, the Legos will be worth like $1.
He's fucking, you know, peace on earth, why can't we all be friends kind of guy? Like, so he's really changed his tune now, even though on camera before all this blew up, he was really adamant about, you know, guess we're gonna have to go to, you know, to have a fight about it. So now all of a sudden, Bricks and Minifigs is like, we just want to help, we want to make them whole. When all the evidence points to the contrary for the longest time. And another big piece of this is still about consignment. That has been what the huge part has been for a long time.
God, they make a Lego of $100 bill and pay him with
I'll get to that in a moment, but another thing is about, like, the Gormans, because another thing that's come out is that Crystal had actually had some of Brian's father's Legos at her house, not at the store, which is pretty odd. There was also...
Yeah, I will say that is odd, right? I mean, maybe that was just for storage purposes. Maybe they were just trying to, you know, do him a favor. I don't know.
Multiple bookkeeping, which made things even more shady and weird. So there was already a lot of moving pieces here. Now they're also saying that Brian wasn't actually being properly compensated by the Gormans, the previous owners of the location, and that's just unacceptable. So Bricks and Minifigs is stepping up. They're the heroes, actually. We should be rallying behind Bricks and Minifigs because look at how much they're doing to try and help the little guy, even though...
Well, like, here's the thing, right? Like, okay, let's say hypothetically that the prior owners are the entirety of the problem, right, chat? They're the ones that fucked up. They caused all these issues, etc., right? Then why would they not look? Why would Bricks and Minifigs not look at the situation and go, oh my god, yes, we're so sorry. Like, they clearly fucked up. We're a business, and because we employed them and they had all these problems, we have to make that right. Yes, we're going to sue them separately to make ourselves whole, but we're going to make you whole because this is our business and it has our name on it. That's what every other business does. Like, it's crazy that they think there's some exception and they don't have to make things right. And then on top of that, they push back on it so much. And the CEO is part of all of this too. He's talked to people on the phone. He's been there in a lot of stuff. He's been part of this. And he's acting like, oh, we just want to make it right. But you have not wanted to make it right for the longest time.
So the whole journey here has been them doing everything they can to face fuck him and like bury this. So they have really flip-flopped on their tone behind all of this, but they are now providing information about like this investigation that they're doing, and others are also investigating independently of Bricks and Minifigs and finding similar things. So it has been quite a lot going on. Another thing that's been called into question is the legitimacy of Ben's claim about their victory in small claims court. That also has a lot of messiness associated with it and a lot of question marks now. So this whole thing is starting to get even more wild and wacky and...
Okay, I haven't heard about that yet, chat. Has anybody heard about that? Hey, what's up, Echoes? Thank you for the raid. I have not heard anything about that being brought into question. That would be quite interesting. I mean, obviously, like, you know, with new information, we're allowed to change our opinions, right? But with everything that we have in front of us, it's so like, you know, Bricks and Minifigs is definitely not gone about this the correct way. That's interesting. Thank you for the raid, Echoes. How are you?
Just this crazy fucking web.
What'd you do today?
Now, I want to show you another clip from Legal Eagle's video in regards to consignment, because like I said, that is still one of the biggest pieces here, and there is, on security camera footage, inarguably, a higher level position at Bricks and Minifigs confirming that they're taking on that consignment liability, which may not be technically binding, but it does seem like that is a big deal that they did verbally state that that's going to happen. And Bricks and Minifigs keeps denying that they do consignment, and they...
Yeah, which is the biggest part here. Like, even in this, it's like, oh, illegal consignment, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't do consignment. Like, you do consignment. Like, stop saying that you don't. Finally checked out Resident Evil 2. Nice. I'm not a Resident Evil girly, but I've heard that 2 is pretty good.
Always train against it, but all the evidence points to, in their contracts, they do allow for consignment. So why are
I'm
they
gonna have to look into the court case
also,
stuff.
The CEO has
that's
become
quite
addicted to
interesting.
humiliation. He's doing his own nationwide humiliation ritual and is going on like the YouTuber shows where he is again contradicting some of the statements that have come forth from the company.
Nice.
So
Good
the whole
job,
thing
buddy.
is very fucking peculiar. But anyway, here's the consignment piece towards the end of Legal Eagle's video that I think is pretty important to the overall case.
But Bricks and Minifigs Corporate has argued that consignments violated franchise policy or were unauthorized under the franchise agreement. So we took a look at the Bricks and Minifigs 2003 franchise agreement, which does not say that stores can't use consignment. Quote, subject to our standards, specifications, and approval, if we so require, you may also offer the following products and services.
Which we've already
Consignment
seen
services.
this one,
And
but
that's just on the first
good
page.
reminder.
And the franchise agreement template reiterates that on the first page, quote, additionally, franchisees may also offer consignment services. And Reckless Ben states in an update that Crystal Law provided the actual franchise agreement that she signed, which explicitly allows consignment agreements. Now, additionally, there are 4 references to consignment in these documents, and none of them are an outright prohibition. And even if Bricks and Minifigs Corporate outlawed consignment agreements, that agreement only addresses the relationship between Bricks and Minifigs and the Gormans, not the ownership of the Star Wars collection.
He goes on to say that that's between the Gormans and Bricks and Minifigs in that case, not Brian. He is completely independent of that, and his property rights are independent of that. He then goes on to give you an example of what he believes the logic that would be applied here would be.
But either way, I don't think that argument automatically transforms third-party property into franchisor property. To illustrate that principle, if a franchisee violated policy by storing a friend's vehicle on business premises, the franchise...
And this is basically where what I repeated the whole time, and I told you was the main kind of premise of this. He's going to tell it to you right now.
franchisor could discipline the franchisee and terminate the agreement, but absent some independent legal mechanism, the franchisor would not become the owner of that vehicle. And I think the same logic would apply here.
And to me, that's the simplest way of looking at it.
That
It's
makes
how
sense.
most people argue
Like, almost everybody's looked at this situation and goes, yeah, that makes sense.
myself included. If, as Bricks and Minifigs says, they don't do consignment, but in this case, the franchisee went rogue, which is what Ammon is now claiming, which I'm going to show you in a moment. If that is the case, why are they still not giving the Legos that they have back? Why has it been such a stink? Why has it been a fucking slobber knocker here, vehemently fighting against it? Now
Again, they could just, if the prior owners were the problem, right, sue them and make the family whole. It's not their fault.
And all the evidence seems to point to that being a liar plants for hire moment from Bricks and Minifigs, considering in the contract that we have available for us to sink our little teeth in, they do outright say that consignment is permissible. There is no prohibitive language around that to forbid franchisees from doing consignment. Crystal provided her contract that says that consignment is possible. But as Legal Eagle says, it is also possible that maybe there was an update to that where they then did outlaw it and they signed it. That's possible, but we're just guessing. We don't know. What we do know, though, is that based on these contracts, there is nothing prohibitive about consignment with Bricks and Minifigs from these franchisees.
And that's so important because, I mean, I guess hypothetically, like, everything could change with certain bits of information. So I only want to go off what we have, but, you know, again, for them to continue to refute that they don't do consignment is, it's just flat out lie at this point.
But anyway, again, if it isn't something they do, then why have they been so against giving it back? Josh was even like, I don't feel like giving it back. He was calling us. He was hitting me up on the horn. He was ringing my telephone, and I didn't like when he did that. So I'm just not going to do it. And I don't even think I really need to.
And then all of a sudden,
so
yes, we want to work with you.
Winky? You want to suck on my wiener? How about that? How about that? Instead of giving you back the Legos. Like, again, if you don't do it, then you shouldn't have it there. It's not yours. Should give it back. You should have to give it back. And that's still, even after watching Legal Eagle and tons of other
we're ready
law
when you
experts
are.
and lawyers
Dude,
and everything.
they've literally been ready for fucking years, and you haven't helped them.
Like, it still seems to be like, yeah, they don't really have true authority to seize that collection there just because the previous owners had a consignment deal that now they don't do consignment doesn't mean the new owners get to swoop in and now it's theirs. It's still, Brian's property would be independent of whatever happened there, at least as I understand it. And with the example that Legal Eagle gives there, I think that makes a lot of sense. If a franchisee takes in a vehicle, they discipline the franchisee, say, kick dirt, that doesn't mean that the franchisor now owns that vehicle because of that.
Exactly.
That would be a
And again, Legal Eagle specifically says they do not own the product under state law. They only own the right to sell and market it.
Huge can of worms. That'd be a huge fucking issue.
That's literally it. The Lego situation, shit-uation, makes me think of a dad joke I've told before. Do you know what you can say about someone puts together those model kids with those plastic bricks? They can't let go of their childhood. Intimidator, thank you for 30
And that'd
bucks,
be very
dude.
easy to exploit. So I just don't see a world where there's any real justification for not giving him the Legos back or anything of that.
But we know that consignment agreements can be very difficult, and so we make sure that in our operations manual, through all of our training, we train all franchisees that consignment is not part of our model. It's written into the operations manual. It's trained on. It's very explicit. However, unfortunately, we had a franchisee go rogue and enter into a consignment agreement without our knowledge or authorization.
Stop twirling your mustache, Ammon.
I also have a question, too. During that footage, right, where they're talking about consignment, they're like, oh, we did a consignment, this and that. Why was the person not taking over that was from corporate saying, why are you doing consignment? That's illegal. Like, you're not allowed to do that. Like, he didn't act like that was wrong. So that also brings into my question, is consignment really like some kind of rogue action?
Holy cannoli.
I don't think
Jiminy
so.
Christmas, bro, stop twirling it. You actually look like a comic book bad guy. And the way
Looks
he
like
talks
bowler
about the
hat guy.
previous owners, the Gormans, he's talking about it like, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. She just signed a consignment agreement without our know-how, without our permission, our authorization. Holy shit. That kind
Well, dude, you also act like people don't, like, unfortunately, guys, franchisees do this a lot, right? People that, are oversee it and give out the franchises, problems happen, right? And that's why you have to make sure you run a tight ship. That's with any business. But regardless, like, when something is done wrong by them, corporate is their job to step in and make it right.
of thing. And he's talking
Instead
about
of
how
just
they
like, oh, well, it's all their
explicitly
fault,
state
fuck
no
you.
consignment, that kind of thing. We train them against it. That's forbidden.
Yeah, it was very
we spit
sudden,
on
too,
consignment.
so that's
But
also
again,
weird.
If you look at the
Like, they came in and took all of that over so quickly. They didn't allow for a smooth transition as well.
Contracts, it is in there as an option. It is not prohibitive. So I don't know where this is coming from, unless it's a newer thing, which is possible. It definitely could be a newer thing.
Boggy.
But then why doesn't he make it more clear and more transparent? Like, yes, we did offer consignment services as an option to our franchisees, but we recognize how messy and difficult that can be, so we did stop that practice not too long ago with an updated agreement with franchise locations, and one of the stores must not have paid attention, and they did a consignment deal. That would be, if that is the case, by the way, there's nothing to even let us know whether or not...
Like, honestly, if that was the case, I would be like, oh, that would explain so much. But it's just like, it didn't happen. Blah, 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 blah.
He's being truthful about that being something they explicitly forbid, because again, all of the evidence seems to point to in their contracts, you can do consignment, but it's just so slimy, because he's not addressing the very clear proof that's out there of their actual contracts where consignment is thumbs up. You can do it. Here he's just saying, explicitly forbidden. No, 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 no.
It would be such a stronger argument if you're just like, hey, like, this is why these say that it's okay, right? Because you could dispel so much of your problems in argument by clearing that up.
No consignment, like he's the pomegranate lady. That's just, see, this is one of those things I'm talking about where a lot of what comes from Bricks and Minifigs is seemingly not truthful and feels misleading on purpose.
And then it appears that may not have been honored with the person that she had entered into that consignment agreement with. And then through other circumstances, we ended up retaking over that store. And in the shuffle, there appears to have been just some confusion as to how, why, and where, like some of this came about. And as we tried to figure that out, we started uncovering more documents, more information. And what we found was that there were 3 separate sets of records that were being kept that shows that Mr. Mansell was significantly underpaid by that former franchisee. And so we've been trying to make sure that we can properly do like a forensic accounting and make sure everything is being looked at properly so that we can work together to.
Number one, if you guys would have rushed in there and taken that store in a day, this theoretically wouldn't have happened, right? Number two, I just don't know if I believe that. I just legitimately don't know if I believe that.
To get that family resolution.
He's had a big change of heart, it seems, because again, on camera, he showed no interest at all in actually trying to solve this peacefully and get Brian what he was owed. But now all of a sudden he's out there acting like he's Brian's best friend, like, come home, buddy. We miss you. Bricks and Minifigs is here to help. We only want what's in your best interest. Let us make you whole. We're doing everything we can to support you because we care so much about you, Brian. Come on, Squirt.
Yeah,
Come
but
on,
you
let's
didn't do
solve
that
this.
to start
When
with,
previously
so...
he showed less than zero interest in doing that and was ready to put up a big old fight about it. Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about like the body cam stuff, but this is a very different side of Ammon here. I believe this is the PR side. I don't believe anything here is genuine at all. I think this has become such a huge issue that's bubbled over so much so now that they can't just try and bully him into silence, which is...
All right, let me read this. Significantly underpaid, but the set is not worth anywhere as much as was claimed. I mean, that could be the case. That could be the case, too.
Something that, again, is on camera as a method that Bricks and Minifigs likes to employ.
And there's so many
where
possibilities,
one of them,
right?
Kai,
like a billion possibilities.
But even just outright says, like, yeah, it is a threat. You can perceive it as a threat because it kind of is a threat about how they will drain them legally in court, where they'll be paying so much money fighting Bricks and Minifigs legally that they will lose more than they would have ever gained had they won. It is something that they've done numerous times and something they were very proud of. But now all of a sudden, Ammon's out here like, yeah, let's solve this. Come on, let's get this all resolved.
It's just because of the public backlash. That's why. And also the cops' body cam footage really puts them in such a negative light. They know that there's no way out of this.
Buds, bro. It's just so fake. It's so phony.
It's
and again, Ammon was just on YouTube streams, what?
Yes, we did.
We
actually watched him, Kia.
Where it was a very different, tough guy Ammon there. At least a little bit tougher than this. He wasn't the soft shell looking to really help Brian all that much. It was a much more combative version. But now he's more docile. And it's important to keep in mind that it's not like Bricks and Minifigs is like all of a sudden sunshine and rainbows. We want to just help everybody. We just got information from the CEO of Patreon that they have filed all the legal paperwork to try and force Patreon to remove Ben's Patreon account, which is his main source of income. They're trying to strip him of his main source of income to silence and bully him, which is the standard play from Bricks and Minifigs, it seems, based on all available evidence.
Yeah, it's always, we'll sue you and take you to court. Like, if you really want to help somebody out, like, truly and honestly, we're like, okay, let's meet, let's make you whole. And we're not going to go after anybody. All we want to do is just focus on making it right. Make it right. Fix it with everybody, and that's it. Make it right. That's all you got to do. Once you make it right, every other problem will resolve itself. But, like, what the fuck are you guys doing out here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just keep... They say one thing, but they do the opposite.
And the CEO, Ammon, has the gall to go out there now and be like, guys, we just want to help. Ben, let us help, dude. We're just here to help, man. It was the previous owners that fucked you, not us. No, dude. Let us make you whole again.
Like, you own that responsibility, so why didn't you just help then? From then, why did you not help?
He says that so many times. And I believe that's because maybe he's in a more desperate position now because it seems like some of Bricks and Minifigs partners no longer feel comfortable doing business with them. There was a statement put out by one of their big partners here,
yes, the police department needs a full-on investigation.
Feel comfortable working with Bricks and Minifigs, despite this being a huge blow to them on a business side. Minifigs.me, that is. It wasn't an easy decision for them to make, but this has become such a big story that now brands that have worked with Bricks and Minifigs don't feel comfortable continuing to do business with them.
That's
so
crazy.
I think Ammon has now been...
That's crazy. So now you have, people associated with that brand that just don't want anyone to do anything with them anymore.
Alerted to how bad all of this has gotten for them, and is now just trying to say what he believes will cause all of it to simmer down, which is, we want to make them whole, we're here to help. Josh and Brandon are gone, we've parted ways, they've sailed off into the sunset. Can you guys please just drop this? Like, it just feels like it's now all about saving face and covering their own ass in this PR battle because it's now
100%.
actually affecting them in a noticeable way. When previously, before this became a huge story, Ammon showed no interest in trying to resolve this. Nobody at Bricks and Minifigs has shown interest to resolve this based on all the information that's been...
Yeah, it took all the public backlash and all that shit to actually get them to respond, and that's the problem, right? Yeah, nobody's going to do business with them anymore.
So it just seems like it's because it's blown up so much
They're
now that
actually
they're finally acting. But that doesn't help dissuade fears of Bricks and Minifigs customers who are maybe considering working with them, where if it doesn't blow up into a huge story, you might just be fucked. Because based on everything we've seen from like the behavior of those franchisees, as well as Ammon himself, they don't seem to really care that much to try and resolve issues like privately and peacefully. It seems like they're only now springing into action to try.
The other thing too is like, let's say that you are a franchisee owner, right? Would you trust a company that is two-facing people in a disagreement, and on top of that, just swoops in and takes away your business at the drop of a dime, right? Those types of things are not indicative of a professional company that I would want to work with, and I doubt anybody else would
try and help Brian get what should have already been taken care of previously. So it feels like it's very tardy to the party here with them actually looking to do the right thing of making Brian Mansell whole and figuring out what exactly went on here.
Yeah,
with their real investigation.
exactly.
And
Got
like I
it.
said,
Like,
a lot of this
don't even
new
tie my
information coming out
shoes.
from multiple
Don't
parties
even look at
does
me.
call into question a lot of things that have been put forth from like the first couple of videos from Reckless Bin with some of the claims and things like that. But I will say, in regards to like the police department stuff, I haven't really seen anything to like justify how everything's unfolded with how the police
the police department is completely at
themselves
fault.
have handled this whole
Like
case.
that
that
is
still something
indefensible at
that
this
is
point.
very much in a really weird spot. But in regards to like if Ben stepped out of line legally, like within the bounds of the law, or if he did things solely for content that actually was detrimental to getting this solved, as well as some of like the claims he made about the small claims court default judgment victory, things like that, all of that is what's now being thrown into a bit of disarray. I'm curious to see Ben's response to it, to give his side.
I know he's gonna put out a third video. I haven't heard about this. I mean, if Ben legitimately did something wrong, yes, there obviously needs to be like, some criticism of that, right? But I haven't seen anything about that yet. So I'll kind of, put that on the shelf for now. But I mean, if that is something that
on that
should be
conversation
considered,
now,
right?
but there has been a lot of new information, and no matter how you look at it, the fact of the matter is, it should have never gotten to this point. There was a very real problem with the way Bricks and Minifigs, the corporation, handled all of this, as well as the way they handled the takeover of this location, making it very sloppy and very messy with the previous owners and then the new franchisees coming in with a fucking chip on their shoulder and steam out of their ears, making it irreconcilable here, where an innocent man...
Sure, leader. I mean, like, it's not, we're not criticizing him for making videos, right? Because he absolutely needed to do that. If there's something that he did hypothetically illegal or that did cause a problem, hypothetically, right? Which he did seem very good about skirting the laws and doing things kind of comically, but it doesn't technically break the law. Obviously that should be criticized, right? If that's the case, as a hypothetical, but we don't know yet because let's say Charlie said something about the default judgment of the court case. Let's say that he misrepresented that. Well, that's a problem, right? That doesn't change things that happen, but that does change the perception of Ben. And it also changes the perception, well, if you said you won this court case and you didn't, that kind of changes a lot of stuff, right? So it's more about just being open to new information. That's it.
His father's lifelong Lego collection got thrown into a shitstorm. So, and there was no real way of getting it solved through the proper channels, allegedly, based on everything we've seen.
And I had to go through a YouTuber who, took the steps that he did, and that was fine. But also on top of that, too, now we've also uncovered how difficult it is for, as somebody within the American court system, to have a problem actually resolved.
Seen here, and the corporation showed no signs of trying to work with him privately. They keep saying that they were insisting that Brian provide documents, but he kept dodging that. I find that claim a little hard to believe. That's he said, she said shit, of course, but I find that very difficult to imagine. Brian was just like sweating when they asked for documentation when they're already...
I don't know, Wog, because it only seemed like he was just trying to deliver like the court papers, and also like he was trying to get into the store that one time. So like, I don't know if there's an argument to be made there, but I'm not a lawyer,
There's
right?
documentation that the public has access to, so Brian definitely would have as well. He probably would have submitted it if that was actually something that they wanted. And Bricks and Minifigs in their previous statement was talking about how Ben and his team didn't want to submit anything to him, but there's literal videos of them trying to submit the evidence to them.
Yeah,
and Bricks
they
and Minifigs
tried
not
to
being
give it
receptive
to him.
So I'm more inclined to believe Brian's account of things, where Bricks and Minifigs wasn't willing to work with him to resolve this through this messy takeover of that location where...
Well, I mean, they already spun it, so what's to stop them from doing it again? To your point, yeah. It seems like you've already spun the narrative once. What's stopping them from doing it again?
His Legos got all lost in translation and everything got all fucking cattywampus. Again, the fact of the matter is, an innocent man and his father's collection of Legos that he spent his whole life collecting that was very valuable got lost in a shitstorm here of a corporation that doesn't seem to care about what happened there and didn't really care to investigate that thoroughly, as well as some franchise owners that really immediately held a grudge against him. Again, according to that document, he'd even said he doesn't want to give them back because of the phone calls. That's some pretty goober shit. So this whole thing seems like a fucking mess, even more so now than like a week ago. So yeah, I just wanted to give you the little update on it. That's really about it. So yeah.
Absolutely nuts, guys. This is kind of where everything stands right now. Now, we'll tell you, gonna cap off our conversation for today. There is a GoFundMe as mentioned in this post here. reckless fitness race, over $375,000 for this family, which is incredible, right? And now, you know, we're at $400,000. So it is grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. So many people have been very kind. And of course, you know, donating to this family who clearly need it for their medical bills. That's where all of this started. One thing I want to point out here, and maybe this is just personal for me, I don't like this. Like, this feels very intentional and very icky. Because I want to tell you why. So first off, they're like, you need to talk about this stuff about the unauthorized personal consignment. Well, we know that's not true, but why is this relevant? Why do you need to mention this? This is completely irrelevant. And I feel like it's like, they're trying to be like, well, it's not a big deal because they raise a bunch of money. I think this is very disingenuous. This feels very icky to me. I don't like this. I don't like this being mentioned here. This is completely not needed. I don't get it. I don't get it. Never mind if some paid the money is why that's what. Maybe so. I really think it's icky. I'm gonna be so real. But that chat is where we cap off the the fucking bricks and minifig conversation, which has just been insane as fuck. I mean, how many days are we gonna spend on this chat? Like, I'm sure we're gonna spend more. I'm sure we're gonna spend more, guys. Actually, there's gonna be more updates, and we're gonna talk about them as they come in. Look, it's okay to steal the GoFundMe pay for everything. That's kind of the message they're putting out there. They're like, oh, it's fine, you know, just no big deal. We'll just steal from other people. It's all good. Oh, they gotta GoFundMe, so don't feel bad for them. Just, you know, it's fine. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I really hope justice is served in this case. Literally, that's so perfect. Oh my god. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually hit the raid button. Okay, guys, I got you. So, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, YouTube, for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Thank you as well, Twitter, for tuning in, and of course, Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I'm out.